And we're back here once again with another episode of the MSK show. And this is going to be episode 271. So I hope you guys had a great day. And I hope you guys have a great rest of your week that is ahead of you. And in this episode of the MSK show, we are going to be doing a Superman open spoiler discussion just in a little bit after we have our usual guy bro conversation that you guys all know and love. Also tonight, usually we have myself, Top G, the Riz Master, Big Daddy, the rich guy everyone knows. He's like the charismatic swag master guy. Just a lot of labels I give myself these days.
None of them making any sense.
I do like how you point out that these are labels you give yourself, So.
They're also
good.
These are things I know you guys have thought about me, but you don't say because you don't want to feed my ego. See, I can read your mind, actually.
Right.
Oh, but we usually have myself, Bob Loves Movies, and Grey Poupée. Gray can't be here tonight because he said he's going to be on Will Screedia's show. He told me earlier, and I was like, well, we already going to have Laps on anyway because he wanted to talk about Superman. Open spoiler anyway. Lunchbox Warren, he's gonna go see Superman tomorrow, so it's just gonna be us tonight. Where essentially it's like me and Bob usually on Mondays, and then we just have Laps as a guest, technically, because we usually have a show on Tuesdays. But yeah, I had a great time when watching the movie. I just finished watching it about a couple hours ago. We did an episode of Full Day of going to the movie theater on that one, and the Jurassic World Rebirth movie, so I have to release those in a couple of days. But other than that, I think I know everyone's main issues with the movie. There are some issues here, but they're not enough to really knock the film down. But I do understand them. Now, do I agree with the sentiment based on what people are saying? Not really, because this is also predicated on a lot of different things when you talk about comic books and movies and television with a character that at this point, with the next 5 years, will be almost at 90 years of existing. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, when you have a character that's existed for 90 plus years, there's going to be a lot of interpretations of not just writers in the comic books, just from the writers they've chosen from TV shows and the movies and everything. But that's enough to get into in a little bit here. We'll start with the intros. Laps Comic Fan is here. He's not dead. He's alive. He's going to give me $1 million. We're going to invest into strip clubs, actually. We're going to get some inventory very soon. And I'm going to run the club.
Don't want to invest into any of the strip clubs that you go to, because we found out on the last show I was on that Danglers is your strip club of choice.
I never said these things at all.
But we found out that it was.
The girl I got a lap dance from was white.
I know, and she had a dangler.
No, I felt her body on
it
me.
all over your face.
I would nope.
Really,
MSK. I'm not into the Looney Tunes or any of these modified women.
I know you said you had retired from women, but
okay. I technically came out of retirement for like a 1 week. That
doesn't count if they got a dangler. That's not a.
What are you talking about? I'm not into chicks with dicks or dudes with tits. I like women. And keep in mind, she was whispering in my ear, trying to get me to spend more money. But I was like, you know what? Just one lap dance is fine. She was fine. Talking to her was okay. She wasn't a complete moron to a certain extent.
I know, because if I were to go to the strip club, that's where I would want my engaging, intelligent conversation to come from. The strippers themselves.
As you guys know, one of the people that I went there with tried to do that, and I was like, why are you preaching to a bunch of whores? I'm not trying to be mean, but it's like there's no reason to. Like, he was like Theo, if you guys know Theo Vaughn, who does the comedy stuff, he was there. So I was just, getting a lot of exceptionally great, pleasing moments at this club. I was in a different headspace than I was right now, talking to these clout chasers. But I just heard his conversation, and he was just talking to this girl about so this girl hates men. But then he said, okay, if you hate men, why do you do this then? And she was like, patriarchy, literally the women that work there are literally like the crazy ones you see on Twitter. They're just dolled up for a club, so you give them money. I could hear so many conversations like, man,
that's
this guy's
literally what a strip club is, though.
Yeah. I just don't know why
they do it for money. I mean,
they're not there for the benefits, the medical benefits.
And I knew that.
Why are you here? Well, they give great health insurance.
Yeah, the 401k is incredible.
That's why I agree. And that's why I was like, dude, there is no point in telling her that stuff. And keep in mind, you're not the only person that's told her that. She's heard this before. She just doesn't care because she's a fucking bimbo. She's a fucking thought. Like,
Or she's smart and makes thousands of dollars showing her vagina.
vagina.
The least amount of work you can do.
I mean, women don't really have any talent other than sex, but
I say that, but I can't. Strippers, I mean, that's a pretty good gig, man.
God, man, good lord. She was like, I hate men. He was like, but you use men for their money. Her mind. So I feel like she had like a complete reboot in her brain. I feel like it was so funny to see. But the one girl that I had was great. We didn't talk about this stuff at all. We talked about like anime, and she slept naked, and she wanted me to obviously do interesting things.
All
to her.
sorts of stuff. Yeah, right.
Yeah, she wanted BBC, obviously for me. She might have lied to me. Just saying.
You think? You think?
just so you know,
you
weren't
just hear the
special that
leather
night.
cracking in your back pocket.
Good lord, dude!
You
The
know.
black women strippers. People know black women are trash to me, but I'm not being mean here. The black women strippers, especially the short one, not only did her breath stink, her knees were ashy, her hair looked bad. She was like, nobody paid me for a dance tonight, and I was like, in my head, I was gonna say this to her, but I was not because I'm not trying to get thrown out by Shaq. The bouncer looked like Shaq, literally looked like Shaq. I'm not trying to talk shit to the strippers. Then she was like, all these other things, and I was like, nah, bitch, your breath stinking, you look busted. Anyone trying to get a dance in you filthy animal. But
so I'm doing all right. I had a good day today. I worked a lot.
How's your new company?
It's the old company that I worked for.
Yes,
it's the original one. It's great because I can get up whenever I want to and kind of work my own hours. As long as I get my work done, they don't care.
Awesome.
So
hell yeah.
I read a lot of comics in the past couple days. I am on number 7 of the Silver Surfer Epic Collection, which has been a lot of fun.
I can understand why they're discontinuing the Masterworks because there's no point in making Masterworks when you have Epic collections. Not only are they just more, and they're cheaper too.
Masterworks, I just liked how they were done. I like not all Epic collections are recolored, and redone
and they're released like out
beautifully.
of order too. Yeah,
some of them are, and other ones that like the Silver Surfer one right now, like between 6 and 7 is when the Infinity Gauntlet happens, right? So it's like there's stuff that you read and then other shit happened in all those other crossovers, because there's like, if you get the Infinity Gauntlet, like if you were getting it back in the day in 91, issue by issue, there's like 34 or 35 minus the 6 main line.
Yeah.
So there's a ton of tie-ins.
Yeah, it's crazy because like nowadays Marvel cancels books at 10 issues, but whenever I'm doing like comic book market watch and the Epic collections are talked about, when anything collected edition wise, you go back in Marvel's catalog, there is some random titles people probably never heard of, went literally like 60 issues.
Well, see, that's the thing though.
Crazy.
Like, I mean, maybe you never heard of those, but I did. I was living the whole thing. I mean, you got to remember, I bought 70 issues of Starman from DC. So
that's because you're also a nerd. I told you stop being a nerd because nerds are weird.
I'm never gonna stop being a nerd because I am one of the few people in this realm that I don't know. I don't care about the outside world. Outside world and politics and all that shit doesn't bother me. I live inside my own little bubble. The outside is very weird.
You could
to
see
me.
like how jarring it is now to just have them do like go 10 issues versus like they went like 60 minimum.
Well, they have to. Yes, back then they could do that because books were selling maybe not
quite a bit more.
They were selling a lot more, but like a book like that could go for a while because they were willing to put the investment into it. Now everything in this culture nowadays has to either hit real hard fast or it's done.
Just like sex with my wife, right?
They don't give it time to breathe, just like sex with your wife.
You set me up for that. Perfect. That was a slam dunk. Also, for any of these Bronny James lovers out there, I watched one Lakers summer game. They played against Mavericks or something like that. It was one of the summer games he was playing. Trash. He is not good.
Who?
I'm sorry. He sucks.
Who?
Bronny, LeBron's son. He isn't good at all.
I mean, I don't know what you're expecting. I don't know why you trash so hard on a G League player.
I just don't see it. No,
It just is hilarious to
it's
me.
fine. He can be in the G League. It's fine.
To be honest,
Well, that's the game he was playing. It was the
for the
Summer
guy, to be
League,
honest.
man. It was the Summer League.
He's
It's-
fine.
it's
Just as long as
where all
he doesn't
first
touch
and
the
second
starting
years-
five.
He's not going to be in the starting five until he's good enough to be in the starting five. And that's LeBron's probably not even going to be on the Lakers this year.
Yeah, you're right.
I mean, they told him straight up that they were like, we don't really want to deal with you anymore.
He's got his own fair share of blackness. Like, imagine being too black.
I mean, imagine opting in to $54 million when he's 40. Now, granted, he's still one of the most efficient players in the NBA, but do you want to take your time and build around him or build around Luka?
Right, because I didn't think he was all. To be fair, I shit on him quite a bit because I don't
know why. I just don't understand.
He wasn't
why.
that bad this year.
What do you mean? He was fantastic this year. Like, that's the shit that I'm talking about. Like, it makes me.
He was invisible in their playoff games. That's where he's supposed to get. That's where I want my money to really go. This player getting me a title. And he was pretty invisible in most of those playoff games.
Dude,
game 2,
how
fine.
How long have you been like really invested into the NBA?
Here and
like
there every once in a while.
This season.
Well, I did watch.
I've been watching the fucking NBA since 1985.
Hey man, I'm just saying, if I have a player like him on my team, I want to win. That's
not always going to happen. It's not a one-person team. It's not a one-guy team. It's not. It doesn't work like that.
You should get very close to winning. That's what I want. Even if you can't win, I want to get close to winning.
Dude,
like
if you do what the Lakers do, right? You might win one every now and again. But they're not going to in the way the league is structured right now. They need a bench. They don't have anybody on the bench, bro.
Dude, the bench outside right there has crackheads on it. I just passed it.
Which is what they have on their bench.
See, you keep setting me up for these. I'm just dunking them.
But anyway, let's get into let's talk to Bob and let's get into Superman.
That's part of the problem. They didn't have good center play this year.
About Bob.
And they just didn't have anybody on the bench to come in and do anything.
Resident burrito flipper is here, and Laps forgot about him. What happened? You see a taco truck?
I forgot about him. This is the first time I met Bob. How can I forget about someone I didn't know?
You just see a freaking.
He's a terrible host.
You just see a taco truck.
You know Bob, right? You met him. Yeah. You forgot about him already.
I'm just saying. You see a taco truck and you see Mexicans. You're like, okay, I've seen one. I've seen them all, kind of thing, right? Oh my gosh.
I feel about that way when I see you, MSK.
Oh, he literally says that. You know how he always says, like, I never said that. That never happened. You do that all the time. You say things nobody says.
That's my purpose of getting entertainment out of people. I have to make them think they said these things. Even though I remember everything you guys say.
You're very good at getting me to think I said something.
God. Well, Bob, how was your weekend, man?
Weekend, it was fine. I was actually training a new nurse this weekend, so it wasn't too bad. And then I always look forward when I get back to the weekdays because I've said it before and I'll say it again. I like my weekend job. I love my weekday job. So I almost feel like my weekday job is a rest compared to what I do on the weekend. So it's always nice to get back to the work week because I still doing 7 days a week. I don't know. Well, I know why. I like money. That's why I do it. But
I broke. Yeah. You know, it's crazy.
Yeah.
But
go ahead. But yeah, it was a good weekend. I did see Superman last Thursday. I took my kids to go see it. And when I preface that, all my kids are older. So it was kind of nice to see. No, I point that out because they're young adults and one teenager. So it was nice to see what that generation was thinking of the movie after they saw it, because I had very different thoughts on it than what they did.
And that's also good, because just the aspect of introducing them to the character could, maybe in a few years open up a box where they want to basically, maybe they're like, I don't know, busy sometimes, but when they're not busy, you could have them basically, look at Superman in a different light. But the different light is me being white. I'm joking, guys. I have to make entertainment out of you guys. Joking. So what I meant to say was like people of their generation would see it. You could essentially have them maybe ask them like, hey, would you ever be interested in looking at this character in a different light, in a different media fashion. Like, some people that I know, when they watch a movie or they're watching a movie based off of something, sometimes they'll actually just go back and, read the books, or maybe sometimes that, curiosity gets to them and they maybe type up a YouTube video looking up the history of Superman, something like that. But just introducing the character to people is really just all that matters, actually, at the end of the day. Because if you introduce it to them, then it could maybe do something. But, it just feels like being hot, rich, and good looking is something that I'm always going to be able to do. It's never going to end. I didn't go see it Thursday because I got bent over and fisted by my work schedule, so I had to go and see it today. There wasn't a big crowd. Obviously, it's a Monday at 2:50 in the afternoon. It felt like there was maybe like 8 people in there, but it felt like people were enjoying it from what I gauged, honestly. Miss Barkle says, let's see, what did she say? Lapsed when are we doing something is probably what she meant. Never. He's all mine. What? I didn't agree to that. The fuck? Me agreeing to things as a showrunner. These contracts are ironclad with no collaborations whatsoever. MSK, did you tell Laps about our future plans? No, because you're never visiting me. MSK's bleaching. Boy. MSK bleaching your. What? Are you a crackhead? The hell's wrong with you? All right, Michael, hey, what's up, buddy? How you doing, man? Hi, Emily. How are you doing? Bellman, what's up, man? Playing the new Justin Bieber album while watching this. Are you saying I remind you of Justin Bieber or Jaden Smith? That's different.
Either that or you're driving him to listen to Justin Bieber, and that's not a good sign, man.
Not a good sign, because he's crashing out. Kids are always randomly seeing someone yell. They're like, oh, he's crashing out. It's like, no. Justin Bieber, what he's doing is literally crashing out. Oh, God. John's Longbox. John's Longbox, what's up, man? How you doing? Who else is here? That's it. That's disgusting. No love. That's really, really exceptionally gay. All right. I'm finally getting to join a spoiler review live because I saw Superman. Yep. That's awesome. And I hope the movie convinced you to become a Superman fan more than you already weren't before. Do I have a drink right now? I don't know. I'm probably going to need a drink when we review the movie because I'm fucking thirsty. So here's what I'm going to have you guys do. I'm going to have you guys talk to the chat while I get a drink, and make sure you're not going to get me in trouble. Make sure you be charismatic, entertaining. So basically just be me with times 10.
Oh, I get to be you times 10.
Oh, great.
I hate black. Everything sucks. Look at my hair. I'm ridiculous. I had sex with my wife back there, and apparently there's a bed, and it's not made of Amazon boxes. And look at me coming there. My hair is like the shadow of the moon.
Good Lord, MSK.
There we go. I did it.
Were you entertaining at all?
He was just like you.
That's
just like you.
Wow. So
it was my best impression.
I hate you. What we're going to get you is the Night Terrace Omnibus for your birthday next year.
No, you're not.
1,500 pages.
You too. I'm going to come content. Beat you with it.
You could burn. To be fair, you could do a video on your channel just burning it, and then I'd cry.
I'd feel terrible if I did that. No, I wouldn't.
I could waste a PayPal paying for on an omnibus of the Night Terrace one. Just, dude, I could sign it with a giant dick on it.
If you sign it, I would be so disappointed. Even more than I would already be that you sent it to me.
We need to have it front row and center behind next on your Batman omnibus.
I'll put it on the actual book stand that I have. When I'm reviewing a book.
It needs to be right there on your Batman omnibus section, just right there in front of all of them. Just it says Night Terrace.
This will be changing soon.
The whole thing? You're just gonna get new shelves? Or
no, I'm getting the room that I have at my actual library in. Mm-hmm. It's getting finished.
Hell yeah.
Like I'm there's some people coming to finish that room for me, and there's gonna be oh, you made cat girl pictures of me? Oh boy.
Good Lord.
Oh God, that's
Lord.
gonna be fantastic.
Exactly what I want to open up Twitter to.
They're
Him looking like a cat.
they're building the bookshelves into the walls, so there's gonna be wall to
cool.
wall bookshelves everywhere.
So what are you gonna do with the shelves you have now?
Those are just shelves, MSK, and I'm in a basement. This is a finished like basement down here.
Hell yeah.
But the room is an actual room.
No. When I turn my head, it's because I'm looking at my other monitor. I have 2 of them. Well, actually, technically, I have 3 because my original PC is right there next to me. So I'm essentially.
Don't rub your wealth in our faces, Mr. 2 monitors.
Hey, it's 3 technically. I'm in the Bat Cave actually.
Sorry.
Good Lord. Big bro, what's up, man? Haven't seen you here in a while. But I would hope everyone goes and maybe you watch a Superman animated movie or TV show you've been wanting to get to. Maybe you watch one of the live action attempts, movie and television you haven't got a chance to. Maybe you read a comic book of Superman that you were never going to read otherwise if the movie never existed and never gave you that push. Always just do this. I'm not going to get into a whole comics conversation because it'll be too long. For people to ask what are best comic books for like a new reader, do this. So what you do to anything, type up into the YouTube search bar or Google search bar top 5 best Superman stories for new readers. Then you're going to get a bunch of people's interpretations of top 5
you want Superman, get Man of Steel, John Byrne. That's always a good starting point.
It's probably the best one because
good, like, just if you want like a really cool origin, get Jeff Johns. It's a fun origin story.
Did you get the absolute version for that one? Because they came out with an absolute version for that. I know I bought it. Looks fucking amazing. That shit is literally amazing. Oh God, I love the art so good. Art is so great. Look at that. Look how beautiful that thing is. Damn.
Yeah. And it's
amazing.
Huge too.
So that's what my wife said. Wow.
It's a nice Omni, and it's very large, but it's actually easy to read because it's not so so many pages. But
would you recommend getting that or just getting the regular hardcover for the Secret Origin?
I would recommend getting the hardcover just of the Secret Origin if you're just starting. Like Omnibus is like if you're just starting, like that's a
lot. If you're just
it's a lot, and there was a lot of stuff in between when he was doing Superman. Because he wasn't doing like full runs of Superman. He was doing more like writing for trades, and they were taking place in between other stuff. But yeah.
Oh, another one you guys will be familiar with is because it was an episode in the Justice League animated series or JL Unlimited. It was the episode where Superman was battling Mongol and he had that thing attached to him. It was for the man who had everything.
Yeah,
right.
That's yes.
So good.
That's
such a good book right there. Good Lord.
That's an issue. That's a very cool issue.
The problem with that one, guys, is I know a lot of you guys may like that one because you saw it in animated form. That one doesn't actually have like a trade. It's mostly like you have to find it in
because it's a single issue.
Yeah. So you would get that. You could get that in the Celebrating 75 Years book, or you can get that for the Alan Moore book, like What Happened to the Man of Tomorrow. That one has it too. I have them both, but it's like having different interpretations of the books. Actually, what other would you recommend? Superman for All Seasons, Jeff Loeb and Tim Sale.
Yes, that is very
would
good.
You recommend Mark Waid, Superman Birthright? I know you're hit or miss on that one. You like Jeff Johns.
No, I like Birthright. I just thought that the Jeff Johns origin was a little bit more complete.
Yeah. What else was there?
Plus, Gary Frank's art is just.
Did you like Grant Morrison's? Not also Superman.
New 52 run.
That one. Yeah. You like that one? Okay.
Yeah, it's fun.
Mm-hmm. Is there any other ones I'm thinking about?
I mean, there's a ton, man. The Triangle Arrows, Omnibuses,
there's so many things. Yeah,
there's a lot of really good Superman.
Just want to get you guys' feet wet. Oh my goodness!
I was just talking about like things like right out of the gate.
Oh, the stuff with Kurt Busiek. That was fucking hell. I forgot the story's name. That one, you guys might like that one. Oh my gosh, there's so many. But I'll just say. Just to dip your feet in the water when I was obviously, doing that when I was, going out to strip clubs, you dip your feet in the water, see what kind of girls you like. You just type up top 5 best Superman comic book stories for new readers, and you will just be on a journey. So pretty sure we should kick off the main event here because I'm pretty sure that's what you guys all came for. The main event, I would say Tuesday night's main event. That's a Geeks and Gamers thing, but it's also not Tuesday, so I can't actually apply here. We're not on Friday Night Tights because, well, this is not Friday and this is a fucking Monday.
And I would never go on that fucking show.
So mean. Good Lord.
Well, look, man, I mean, look, I have no problem with the actual people. There's just something about 8 people all at once telling me the same shit. It's like, thanks, averted opinions.
Hey, but my opinion comes from
in one
the
ear
heart.
and out the other. It's
Whoa,
a
whoa!
fucking
That's not
giant
my
echo chamber. I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about that show.
Sir?
Plus, they would never want any of us on there. What are you talking about?
Yeah, because keep in mind, I create my own stuff. I create clout chasers because I'm the big draw of the show. You guys are here to hear my opinions. Because before we even get into the movie review, because it's very important to say when it comes to actual movie reviews that we do in the future, for this might be someone's first one because it's Superman. It's what everyone wants to talk about right now because it is one of the biggest movies released this year. What I'm saying for no, wait a minute. I'll preface it like this. What I say is what I mean. Jokes aside. No, kidding. Okay, I'm being serious. So when I speak about a movie, I'm only speaking about it from my own personal experience when watching it. I mean,
Well, how else would you talk about it?
But that's weird to people though. They
because
think like,
people
there's
go
so much
online and find out their opinion from their favorite YouTuber or their favorite other stuff.
Yeah.
It's like,
I
let
will
me see how I feel about this first.
I will say with this film, there was so much discord beforehand. There were so many people that had already made up their mind even before this movie released.
Yeah, and and to also add to your point, even if let's just say I came on here and I said it was the worst thing to ever exist in superheroes, people would be like, "Oh, but you're just clout chasing." I think with all types of movie discussions, it all ends up becoming double-edged swords because I feel like people that say one thing will say it because they think you're doing it for alternative reasons, and then the other people think you're not being genuine. It really just depends about the way I've looked at it is, do you like that person? Do you like that person enough to be like, okay, maybe they're going to have opinions that you don't agree with. I think what Laps said, when we first started talking, rings true. A lot of people, 5-6 years ago, they were all under one common mindset because Hollywood was kind of leaning towards that way. It made sense. But this one common sentiment got lost in all of the translation with dialogue and a lot of this stuff, which is it's okay to disagree with someone and not agree with them. It's completely fine. You don't have to ruin friendships. If someone said, I'll just say this, if someone said the movie was woke, if that's your genuine opinion, that's fine. I'll be honest, I truly wouldn't give a fuck, honestly. But if that's your opinion, fuck. I can't I can't make you change your opinion. If that's your opinion, whatever. But that's
right.
my opinion.
Wouldn't that be like not understanding what woke is, though?
But
that's a defined thing, though.
No,
like that's if you say something is what it is, right, and it represents that, that's fine. But if you're saying it is something and it's actually not that, saying I don't like something, yes, I can't tell you not to like or like something. But if you say this is woke when it is not, then that opinion kind of becomes null and void because you might not have an understanding of what woke is.
Yeah, and I'll just add to your point. It's also the other thing of like, do I even respect that person enough to give their time to that opinion? Because keep in mind, I think a lot of this boils down to liking and respecting someone. And keep in mind, there's people that I like you guys, but we're not going to agree on everything. It doesn't mean I just don't respect you. I think people conflate so many different things when it comes to movie discussions. It's like, it's not that deep. Literally, you just have to understand this common sentiment going in. You could agree and disagree. That's it. It's really just that simple. And if I don't think your opinion's worth engaging with, I'm just not going to engage with it. And keep in mind, what I'm saying isn't going to change your mind anyway. So we're having I'm saying it's not a actual useful conversation, because people are literally trying to convince other people their opinion's wrong. And it's like, well, what are you doing? You're just wasting your time. They've already made their mind up. They're not changing. Let's just say this, and you're right. Even if you presented information that might change your mind, that might even change that person's mind anyway, because they'll have to admit they're wrong, and people aren't doing that. So I don't, for me personally, I don't enter those conversations anymore. I like to basically have movie reviews with friends where we just kind of would do it like back in the day. What do you like? What didn't work for you? Did this movie overall work for you? Did it not overall work for you? That's all that matters. I don't even care if you guys have alternative motives. Lats might be bought off by DC Studios right now. I would never know. Who knows?
Hell, you just warmed my heart there, MSK. You said that you want to have these discussions with friends, and here we are. So
God, I'm more like clout chaser.
I feel honored here.
Good Lord.
Maybe I shouldn't feel honored here, but
it's
bought off by Jeff Johns to show off his Superman Absolute book from Jeff Johns conveniently.
You asked if I had it.
Of course I knew you had it. You had it right there.
But you asked, so that's why I grabbed it.
Come on, I'm waiting for Laps to do that Batman movie he always does in his chair where it turns around and it's another whole room that's gonna turn around. It's a secret bat cave in there, isn't it?
No, I mean there is a studio here.
Oh,
I have
God.
I have another wall over there that's like for green screening. I have a sound room back there with microphones so you can do voiceover.
That's just
stuff like that.
What I want to let people know.
We get it, dude. You like having conversations. You're a real dude. You are the Riz master.
Do you want to make love to me right now? Because I'm that hot and good looking.
No.
Okay.
Yeah, let's not go that far.
Let's get fucking hell. This is what someone did for I forgot his name, for NBA, NFL commentator, where he says things a certain way that just makes people just fucking tick. Not because I don't think he even believes what he says. It's just like, it's so weird how people value someone else's opinion more than them themselves. Like, if you truly like anything, not just with this movie, anything, you should tell people why it's really, really good. Don't convince someone who doesn't like it because it won't matter. They're not changing their mind. It doesn't matter what you do. It's literally useless. But doesn't matter. Let's have some fun with this movie, and we do have a resident comic expert here to help me out if I miss any, history. But don't worry, I can explain it to you guys in a way where you like normies would understand. That's kind of like talking out to someone. I would say casuals.
It's
more
a
like
movie,
casuals.
man.
So, all right, let's fucking do this. Also, this movie review will be out in a couple of days. I have a few other videos I need to come before this, but this will be our movie review of it. But for the stream, it's titled a spoiler discussion. That way, if you didn't want to get spoiled, you wouldn't be here. So, all right, all the bases are covered. And now I'm going to turn to a Super Saiyan. No? You guys are fucking bastards. All right.
I don't know what to say when you say stuff. I don't know.
I don't know.
Setting me up for
just like, yeah, bro. Fist bump, bro. Yeah. See, that's what I want. Come on. We're going to have some fun here. Bob's supposed to be, good job, black man. We need that for a
can't lie. Can't lie. Remember, I don't want to feed your ego here. Remember?
Dang it. Yeah. Last and duty is like, I'm not calling you a Riz Master. I'm just calling you Black Pebbles or something. It's like, all right, I guess.
I don't even know what Riz Master means.
I don't think he knows what it means.
What are you guys doing to me tonight? You trying to embarrass me in front of the crowd? I'm trying to hype the crowd up.
I don't think I have to do that.
Okay, now you're just patronizing me, fucking bastard.
You walked into that one on your own.
I did. Not gonna lie, he set that up beautifully, and I just walked into it willingly, just like Epstein files that we're never gonna get, allegedly. Diddy and Epstein got off in the same week. We're never living that down. How in the world? Just crazy, insane, sanity. All right. All jokes aside, let's get serious here. Hey everyone, I am MSK, aka Master Swag King, coming at you guys today with another video. And if you guys are returning viewers or new viewers, then please consider subscribing to the channel if you have not already. Leave a like on this video if you enjoyed it and comment down below. Also, make sure you guys hit the notification bell. That way you guys can get notified on whenever I upload a brand new video or go live. And in today's video, we are going to be doing a Superman movie review. So this is the first installment in the DCU, which is DC's second attempt at building a cinematic universe, very similar to the Marvel Cinematic Universe that is currently under Disney and Marvel Studios. So this is also something that means a lot if you're honestly a black man, because you were probably a slave and the slave master probably whipped you and Joe Biden probably loves you.
Yes.
Okay.
Man, people smoke crack and you shouldn't do that.
I'm not sexist. Being sexist is wrong. Yeah. And being wrong is for women.
All right. That was an appetizer. Now you're going to get the real thing. Let's have some fucking fun. I'm here, and I'm going to go Super Saiyan.
You're going to do it all over again?
I'm going
Super
Super Saiyan.
Do it all over
I'm
again.
going Super Saiyan. I'm going to go Super Saiyan right now, and I'm going to go at least Super Saiyan 3. Do you guys believe in me? Get hyped
No.
up.
Yay!
No? God. All
I,
right.
I
Okay.
just did.
Okay. All right. I'm being honest here. All jokes aside, let's knock this out of the park. Hey everyone, I am MSK, aka Master Swag King, coming at you guys today with another video. And if you guys are returning viewers or new viewers, then please consider subscribing to the channel if you have not already. Leave a like on this video if you enjoyed it and comment down below. Also, make sure you guys hit the notification bell. That way you guys can get notified on whenever I upload a brand new video or go live. And in today's video, we are going to be doing a movie review on Superman, the first installment in the DCU. So this is DC's second attempt at building a cinematic universe on the big screen. Their first attempt was with the DCEU, which started in 2013, but ended at the end of 2023. Then it basically took like a year break, and then they actually just announced with James Gunn, who is the Kevin Feige of DC Studios, along with Peter Safran, they basically said, DCEU doesn't count, it's non-canon. We're going to start over again in 2025 with Superman. And James Gunn is the director of Superman. You guys probably know him from his Marvel Cinematic Universe days, where he directed the Guardians of the Galaxy trilogy, and he also directed that Guardians of the Galaxy Christmas special that came out a long time ago. Or was it a Halloween special? Who knows? I didn't watch it. Don't care. Because Marvel's quality is really dipped in the last few years. Holy fucking shit. But
I saw it.
But,
fun.
DC went, let's kind of restart again, because that's just what DC does. They're just, not just comic book wise, guys. A lot of things from the comic books do translate in real life as well. DC just loves to reboot because they go, you know what? Some shit's not working. So let's just freaking do it again. And keep in mind, this is with a different regime and everything, because the same people that started the DCEU, not the same people now. A lot of things have changed from 2013 all the way to now. So David Cornsweet is the Man of Steel, and you have Rachel Brosnahan as Lois Lane, and Nicholas Hoult as Lex Luthor. You guys remember him? He was Beast in the second Fox X-Men trilogy that started with Matthew Vaughn with X-Men First Class. And I do truly love Superman. He is one of my favorite characters of all time. I love, a lot of the animated movies and TV shows. The live action TV shows have been very, very good. Smallville, Superman and Lois. I really, really love Superman and Lois a lot. It's a really awesome show. I watched Superman 78. Obviously, I watched it when I was more older because it played on Channel 5 after the Saturday morning cartoon block, which was for kids and all that stuff. And I watched the second movie. I don't really remember the other two as much. We was Blazing the Great Wall of China and all that shit. But I remember growing up and the Superman Returns was around. I remember Superman Returns was huge, and I didn't really like Superman Returns all that much. I didn't really care for Man of Steel that much. I thought Henry Cavill had the charisma of a plank of fucking wood. When people say he's a good actor, I'm like, wow, you are all right, I guess. Maybe having sex with a fucking stripper would be better than talking to Henry Cavill, but who knows, right? And
you failed at that one too, MSK.
I don't fail at a lot of things. I'm a top G Riz master for a reason. So, the trailers for this movie, I'll be honest here with you guys, I didn't think they were that bad at all. When all this backlash for the trailers were kicking off, I was like, really? I could understand for like new Marvel movies, because those trailers are not good. But like, really? Those look bad to you? I'll be honest with you, I thought they looked completely fine, actually.
I really liked the first two trailers. The last one that came out, the one where they were saying tickets were now on sale.
Yeah, that one.
That's the one that I wasn't too thrilled on. There was a couple things in there that made me say, and then some of the clips that came out afterwards didn't wow me. And I'll get into my thoughts in a little bit.
Right.
But those first two trailers I thought were awesome. I was really sold after those first two.
The only thing I didn't like in the first trailer was that they didn't have him talk. And I'm like, okay, this is Superman. He should be kind of talking, because that's like his, that's how you get inspired by him. He speaks to you and kind of thing. But other than that, that second trailer that I watched with Lunchbox Warren sold me on the entire movie. I was like, this is going to be a fucking good thing going into it. So the other thing that I really want to let you guys know about when we're talking about this movie is, if you're not someone that is familiar with comic books, this kind of just notion and narrative gets brought up every single time they exist. And Labs Comic Fan can help me out with this when we're going over this specifically, because a lot of people will say certain things and it always goes like this. X character would never do certain thing. X character would never act like this. X character insert anything. I just want you guys to understand, a character like Superman has existed for almost about going on 90 years when we hit 2030, okay? There has been many writers in the comic books that have basically told his origins in different ways, different adventures and everything. Then the cinematic stuff you guys have watched with like movies and TV shows, all of those writers have taken inspiration from the comic books. Some haven't, but it's just, I just want to show you guys and let you guys know this. Not every person sees a certain story and goes, that's my version of the story. Some people like a different version. Some people prefer any other person's version. What makes me sure you guys understand that, because I think I know why people had a major flaw with the movie. I'm pretty sure we all have the same one, but that requires a discussion because it's not just one of those like open, it's not one of those closed shut kind of situations though, because I feel like a lot of people do this when it comes to villains, because I'm gonna just go into it right now. So in the movie, there's a part where Lex is exposing Superman because this is what Lex Luthor does, and he just doesn't, mostly, a lot of times you see him, he wants to expose Superman. And there's this message that Clark has heard from his parents ever since he was born, ever since he found out the Force of Solitude and everything. And it went like, you know, I forgot exactly what he said, but it was based like, you know,
it was a positive message.
Yeah, just a positive message that, you know, he had used his entire life to become who he is, also reinforced by his upbringing with his adopted parents. Now, it's revealed, because I'm using that in quotations, so I'll explain it a little bit. It's revealed that they actually had a second part of it that he never heard, which was, long story short, they wanted him to enslave humanity and have more kids. Essentially, that's what he wanted to do. So think of it like when the Saiyans sent Goku to Earth.
Oh, stop with your fucking Dragon Ball fucking
people
analogy.
Literally understand what I'm saying, which is it's like when
there's nothing to understand. They said enslave humanity and get a harem of women.
But
get a harem of women.
But there's a problem there. So
yeah, there's a giant problem there
because it came from his mom and his actual mom and dad, not the adopted parents, right?
No, see, okay. So I'm sorry, I'm about to interrupt you right here. I think with the movie narrative, there's nothing wrong with it. With the narrative of the character, there's some problems with it. The narrative from the movie was the fact that his parents were the ones that made him the way he was. It wasn't the actual message. That's like Ma and Pa Kent were more of an influence on him than that message. Because at the end of the movie, he's like, show me the message from my parents. And it ended up being Ma and Pa Kent. That was what the movie was trying to tell you.
No, but he also said this message has influenced
my
entire
I understand.
Life.
No. He said that this is what I've used, but when Lois asked him straightforward, you know, he's like, I'm not here to enslave humanity. He's like, I never thought you were. And then they went, you know, so obviously that he was using that because he didn't know them. It was a way to feel closer to them. But the what made him the man he was Ma and Pa Kent.
Yeah, I'm not saying it's a bad thing.
The message had nothing. That isn't what he based his whole life off of.
I'm not saying it's a bad thing. What I'm bringing up is it's something that he had said that he kind of held this with him his entire life, and then having. I think I know what people's problem is. I think people have this understanding that his actual parents sent him to do good overall. Like they wanted him to save humanity.
Well, yeah, that's the problem is now it's that you have a whole planet of basic Zods as opposed to the thing that made that a problem was there's no more exploration of Krypton now. Because anytime that they do anything with Krypton, we're just going to think they're bloodthirsty, savage people that were very technologically advanced, as opposed to Zod and his two cronies being the only three criminals ever from Krypton. That's where it becomes a problem. It's the exploration of Krypton. For the movie itself, it worked fine. I just didn't like it. I just thought it was a bad decision. They didn't need that to be in there to still have the exponent of Ma and Pa Kent being the real reason why he is the way he is, because he had a great family and a good upbringing.
Right.
I think that's something what you said, Laps. I think that's something that we've always understood, that it was Ma and Pa Kent that were his biggest influence. I mean, they're the ones who raised him. As being an adoptive father myself, you know, I understand that. That's the influence that my kids have because I was the father that they knew. So I was the one giving them those tools, as the way Pa Kent says it in the film. So I'm like you personally. I thought it was a terrible choice to have that
Yes.
for Superman's birth parents. I have a feeling it's going to be retconned in another film that they'll turn around and say, "Oh well, we were wrong," and that's really
this is
not
what
what
I'm
it was.
bringing up.
Just
Yeah.
that's where I think it's going to go, because I
Yeah.
do think
Because
there
we're gonna
is
explore that.
backlash from that, and I think they'll look back and say that they shouldn't have done that. Now, to
Well,
be
they
fair,
can't explore Krypton anymore after
Yeah.
this.
to
You
be
can't.
fair, I have seen when I've talked to some people online about that, they've pointed out that there have been other versions of
Yes.
Superman's parents where they were portrayed much differently. And so
Mm-hmm.
I understand that. My argument to that is the exception. That is not the norm as to the way they're normally portrayed.
That's what I was going to bring up.
For
Yeah.
a movie audience, that is going to be very jarring, because that is not what they have seen before.
Right.
And me
Mhm.
personally, that was not something that I liked for these characters as well. That was something that really rubbed me the wrong way about these characters. And I've got other thoughts on the movie.
And the
Yeah,
speech
but
overall was just
that was
weird.
but that was one of the reasons I
Yeah.
was disappointed in this movie. That's not the biggest reason, but that was one of the reasons. But there are also several things that I liked that I'll get into as we do this.
So the
discussion.
reason why, because he always does this, I'm trying to give an analogy so you guys can understand what's going on. So back when I
I
said this,
understand what's going on.
No,
What do
no,
you mean?
he always does. He's doing that gaslighting bullshit. I know
I'm
he's
not
fucking with me.
gaslighting. I don't know what
what
other
here's
analogy
what I'm
could
gonna
there
bring-
be.
What I'm gonna bring,
All right,
I'm gonna bring it up.
Go
Yeah,
ahead.
God, he just
Talk about fucking Dragon Ball and fucking.
he always
Goku.
does this. You guys
I'm in the
gaslighting
fucking-
me. He's like, MSK, I know you're hot, rich, and good looking. You're so smart. Okay, all jokes aside. So remember when Raditz came to Earth and Goku was like, okay, who the hell are you people? And then Akira Toriyama with his writing showed you that the Saiyans that you saw were, bad people. And if you look at the history of the Saiyans in Dragon Ball Z, they're just bad people, right? Now, when it comes to a race of like Kryptonians, what most of you have been shown is like, hey, specifically with his actual parents, they're not bad people. They wanted him to come to Earth and do great things here and save humanity. So I could understand why people go, okay, that's not really who they are. But as we mentioned earlier, and glad I actually put that in there, when you have 90 years of a character existing, I can almost just guarantee you there's different ways his actual parents have been portrayed. People have just not been exposed to that. Now, whether or not it's good or bad doesn't matter, because what Bob said makes a lot of sense. I'll be honest here. I think the dialogue is altered, and I'll explain this here. People believe villains are doing things because they actually are just that smart. They could be, but how would I not believe he would alter that? He in the movie is dementedly insane. Why would he not alter? I know Mr. Terrific said it's not altered. I don't believe him. I just don't believe he didn't alter it. How would someone convince me that we would see this Lex Luthor in action and you would tell me he didn't alter that to frame him? He framed him the entire movie. Are we just going to believe he didn't alter that? No way. I don't believe he altered it. I do believe he altered it.
The reason why I believe that he did not, that they were going with this, because they obviously didn't forget to just not retcon it in the movie. They didn't fix it, dude. They made a point to say it many times that was legit. So like,
I just don't believe
him altering it would be dumb. That was the one thing he had on him to use that turned the people like this. It turned people who he had been saving for years to flatly just look at him and go, boom, I instantaneously, all the stuff that Lex has been saying for years about you.
Mm-hmm.
That was the final piece of the puzzle. Boom. And Lex didn't know he was going to get it. That's the reason why he didn't know what he was going to find in there. He thought he did, but he didn't know he was going to get a message.
Didn't they say in the movie he was actually grooming people? Didn't they actually use that word?
I think it did.
That they were saying because of this message, this is obvious. He's just been grooming us to get us ready to take
so
over.
I think that's like, that was just a happy coincidence that he got that.
Yeah.
Like, and it was like, oh, because people are looking at it from the standpoint of, okay, Lex has been doing this big plan, right? Well, how long did it take to do that plan? How long has he
It was
been
a long
talking
time.
against Superman? Right.
Yeah.
So you have to put that into your brain that he's been doing this for a long time.
Yeah.
Even whenever I thought what was great was the black dude that he was working with, he called Otis, which I thought it made me laugh so hard. I was just
He
thinking
looked
of
like
Otis
a Shaq,
from
if we're being honest.
I was thinking of Otis from the original movie, and I wanted them to go to jail and him escape in a balloon, and Otis just stand there looking up like, oh shit, oh fuck.
No,
I'm
and
here.
it's not that I don't disagree with you. I'm not saying this is my opinion. Outside of that, I don't believe he didn't alter it. What I'm saying is you can have different iterations of his parent.
we get what
Yeah,
you're saying.
That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying I agree.
I get what you're saying. We didn't need a Dragon Ball fucking metaphor to fucking
Well, no.
understand
The
that.
reason why I brought that up is because one race is portrayed one way,
Yeah,
one
I
race
get
has always
it.
been portrayed the other way. So I can understand why the audience is jarred by it. I fully
Well, the
get it.
audience is jarred by it, dude, because for years and years and years, they've been told that this was this way.
Right. Understandable.
Then
Yes,
this is
I agree.
They don't need.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like, but that's like the audience for Superman is worldwide.
Yeah,
These
yeah.
people have been watching this forever.
Right. And like, hey, that's just for me. I think he altered it in some way. And keep in mind, Bob's right. In some sort of sequel,
You
they
are
could always
you are bad internet connection there, bud. Okay, you're back, I think.
Oh, all right. So
Yeah.
you know, that's why I agree with Bob too. In a sequel, you could easily just go, okay, he altered it in some way, in some weird dimensional way, something like that. I just, when villains tell me stuff, I don't just automatically believe them because, well, they're just villains. They would have a purpose to lie to you. I mean, he lied throughout the entire movie. He was showing people he's one way when he was easily doing another thing. I'm just saying it's
Correct.
a possibility to put out there because
that's what he's a villain.
Yeah, that's what they do.
Yeah.
I think the kind of along the lines of what Laps is saying here is that if they had intended it that it was altered, they would have said it by the end of the film that it was altered. And they don't do that. They don't make the attempt to come out and say this was altered footage. So this was fully intended that this is the case. Superman's parents sent him to go and run through as many ladies as he can. That's what they intended for him to rule humanity and repopulate the species of Kryptonians as best he could.
Right. Yeah.
That was their intention.
Because they could have used that whenever they were writing up the story. They could have even said this, like if they didn't even have the evidence. Lois could have been like, that would make sense that the message was probably doctored. But they didn't do that. They specifically said, this is not altered. This is legit.
Yeah, and before they had extensively questioned, like, is this altered? Is this altered? And then Mr. Terrific said, no, I had my guys look at it too, and it's not altered. So, and keep in mind, we also must forget Tom King is also on their team. So who knows? That might have been a Tom King thing that he said, just put that in there. Who knows?
No, that's definitely a James Gunn. That's a James Gunn deal.
And some of the wording that they used for like the message and all of
it was weird.
It was done so they could have a joke. Specifically to have Guy Gardner walk up and say, "You got a harem of women." I mean, that's James Gunn, like you said. That was
James Gunn.
It was made so the way they did it so they could not only tell the story they wanted, but have some jokes built off of it.
And they really wanted to emphasize the Ma and Pa Kent. That was what made him who he was. They did that because even in spite of what he learned from that, he wasn't going to change. And that was basically like the conversation that he had with Pa Kent sitting on the bench. But like that was my biggest problem with the movie. And it wasn't enough to ruin the movie at all.
Yeah.
There were other little things here and there.
There's another thing I mentioned that you probably didn't like.
That was pretty much, there was little things that I didn't care for, but the only thing I can say I don't like this was that. There was little stupid things like the glasses. Like find out that the glasses makes people see him in a different way, and I'm like, what the fuck?
I mean, that would kind of make sense why the glasses thing would work. That's the only way it would work, right?
It would also be stupid.
I never said it. Well, I never said it wasn't. I'm just saying that.
I'm just saying, so it wouldn't need to be there. Like that's
the other thing that when I was watching this, because you said I could probably guess what you didn't like. I knew it was his dad, his the real dad. But did the Ultraman thing bother you?
No, I didn't care about.
Okay. Because I know a lot of people brought
Except-
that one up too.
Well, people didn't like it because he could have used his X-ray vision on him and seen that it was that was just a story device. Like
That-
I don't care. Here's the thing: if you care that much about Earth 3, okay, then he needed to go back and go be with the crime syndicate and go do all the stuff that he does as Ultraman. Maybe that's not the Ultraman. Maybe that was just the name that they gave him. You know, I don't know. I don't know. It's stupid, but I just didn't care about it. I was more disappointed that it was a fucking clone. I was just like, why a clone?
That was my problem. It's like, so people, I'm not going to go in the history of Ultraman, but if you kind of know who that is, that's why I had the same sentiment you did. It's like, is that the real Ultraman? Is that just fuck? Because he said it was a clone. And I'm like, oh, okay. That's like, I mean, it didn't bother me. I just don't like the idea or the choice. But it's one of those things where, because I've heard people say that too, why did you use this X-ray vision to see him? It's like, well, that character wasn't really ever anything on his mind because, God, crazy enough,
it was because he got beat up by him a bunch of times, which was the last thing that I didn't care for. There wasn't enough Superman being badass.
Yeah,
he kept getting beat up.
The best fight comes from Mr. Terrific. I think.
Yes, by far.
Oh yeah. Oh, that was pretty cool.
That was awesome. And they should have had him like at least. I liked that he was saving things. That was cool because that was missed throughout a couple of movies, like where he saved the squirrel. I thought that was hilarious. I was like, that's exactly what he would do too. And I had no problem. There was a lot of people will say that the movie was all over the place, right? I don't know. I'm different when I go see movies. Like I don't look at like the writing and stuff like other people do. I thought it was very simple, if anything. It was a mass convoluted plan created by Lex Luthor, and things happened from that plan, and there were reactions to it. Like I saw people talk about like it was dumb when Superman didn't try to save anybody from the prison in the portal dimension, and I'm like, how the fuck could he have saved? None of those people can fly.
It was stated that portal was
saved.
Close.
Yeah, it was going to close. Like, and they were saved at the end of the movie. Like, for him to save them or anybody to save them, they needed to be outside of the portal.
Also, he had said, "Hey, is that your son? I'll save him, and then we'll get out of here."
Well, right. There was just
save anybody else. He didn't say that. You know.
Right, and there was just. But overall, I liked the movie a lot.
Yeah, we'll go with
I had a lot of fun.
Enjoy. So,
yeah.
One of the things that I did enjoy was what you just brought up, which is like little scenes where he's saving the squirrel and he's making sure that the monster doesn't fall over and knock over the skyscrapers. I like that because it showed that he wouldn't even let a single person get touched at all. That's stuff that I look forward to when watching one of these movies. You know, I understand sometimes when you have big battles, people always say, but those people probably died in that skyscraper. I mean, if it's not shown to you, I mean, you would know. But let's be honest here, average people don't think like that. For me, I just like things like that where he's making sure that monster is in place, where he's not burning anyone down, where he's not killing anyone, stomping anyone. Another great scene in the movie is also, I actually like that yelling scene that everyone blew up on. Makes way more sense in context.
The one where he's
yelling at Lex.
Yeah, look, I had no issues with that one.
I had no issues with that one. It made perfect sense in the movie. Made perfect sense.
Like for me personally, I was disappointed in the movie, but a lot of that had to do with the story. I just wasn't a fan of the story. And then James Gunn's humor, which I've liked in a lot of other films, I was hoping he would rein it in a little bit more with this one. I just didn't. For me personally, it didn't land for me with this character. Like if it's the same thing, like if he were to apply that humor to Batman, I don't think it would work as well. And that's just for me. I've come after thinking about it for a few days. I've come to realize that a lot of my disappointment is based more on my own personal preferences on this, because at the same time, my kids actually really liked this. And there are a lot of things that I really liked in this movie. You mentioned the like how he was trying to push the monster back. The fact that he didn't even want to kill the monster, I think is a cool thing as well, because that's very much Superman. This is a very comic book world that this movie and universe is taking place in, and that was really cool that we're not getting characters dropped into reality. This is a comic book world, and that opens up to a lot of possibilities with other films in the DC franchise, and I'm really looking forward to that. Just personally though, I mean, I was disappointed in it because it wasn't what I wanted out of a
And
Superman
I
movie.
think
And so I'm
that's
willing
what
to admit that yeah, it's probably more for my own personal preference.
And I think that's what it all boils down to as well. It's just all personal taste. Is like, okay, when someone says, "I would like if Superman did that," well, that's just personal taste for you. Yeah, I'm just saying, not you specifically, but that's what people
Yeah.
mean. But they never kind of phrase it a certain way. For me, Mr. Terrific was pretty good.
He was
Awesome
great.
character to see. Yeah, it was great. I felt like Guy Gardner and Hot Girl maybe could have had a little bit more time. I didn't hate them. I just
No,
like
like think of it though, man. They if there would have been more time dedicated to all three of them as opposed to Mr. Terrific, it would have been that to me would have made it way more muddled. The fact that they were there and at least they're established, we know who they are, but one of them was
Yeah,
a breakout
yeah.
star from it. That's just my opinion.
yeah, you
And
just like the touching base, and they just
that's fine because if they would have
Yeah.
done more for it, I don't know.
And Guy Gardner, we're supposed to get another stuff. We're supposed to get him in Peacemaker along with Hot Girl. They're supposed to have an appearance there, and then Guy
Yes,
Gardner's
Lantern's
supposed to
coming
be in
up.
the Lantern show.
right.
So
There is a Peacemaker cameo in the movie because Peacemaker season 2 is coming out later in this year, so he is confirmed to be in this universe. I liked Rachel Brosnahan as Lois Lane. I didn't like
did too.
Amy Adams before; she was good.
I thought she was fantastic as Lois
Jimmy
Lane.
Olsen?
It was the most Lois Lane I've ever seen. People were like the interview that she had. Why would she be yelling at him or being so harsh to them when this was their 3rd-month anniversary? I'm like, it's fucking Lois Lane.
She even
The
said,
story
you know how
comes
you said things were
first.
stated?
It always
She-
comes first. It's like
she
that in
said
the
that.
comic books. It's like that. That was the most accurate comic book portrayal of Lois Lane that I've ever seen personally. Like, that's just the way that she is. Like,
I thought that was a sentiment building with the character. It was like, hey, I might be dating this guy, but I'm not gonna I'm still gonna do my job. I feel like that was the sentiment that was building, but I could be wrong.
personally, I think she was holding back because she actually said, or Clark actually tells her, there's stuff you can't use in this, right? As soon as they finish their little argument, and she says, I know. So, like, if she wasn't holding back, she could have turned around and just said, "I'll screw you. I'm gonna whatever you said is fair game."
Yep.
On the record.
Yeah, Jimmy Olsen felt like he did a pretty solid job in the movie, given what he was asked to do. That girl was just weird. She said she just loved. I'm not gonna lie.
I didn't like her. Look,
Miss
yeah.
God, that girl was weird, man. That's the part I was like, this girl is just annoying, useless. She shouldn't be here at all.
That's a combination of two characters. So I mean, I was fine with it. Like, I mean, for people that don't read Superman, I can understand like a lot of the things either not like jiving with them, but if you've read a lot, like there was so many things in that movie that I was like, holy shit, I remember that.
Mhm.
Like, wow, there was a lot of things in there I couldn't believe that they actually did. I was like, holy shit. Like the first, like when he's flying and it's the fisheye lens, that was actually literally from the 40s when he first learned to fly. That was the view that they used. It was his face and everything back. And he was learning like, holy crap, I can fly, which was really cool because at first Superman could just leap tall buildings and,
What did you guys think of? What did you guys
But I thought
think
the
about-
effects were awesome. I thought the flying, I saw it in IMAX and I thought it was.
Oh, I saw it in poor motherfucker theater.
I
thought,
did too. If I had seen it in IMAX, maybe I would have thought differently.
I saw it twice. So
Yeah.
I saw it Thursday and then I saw it Saturday.
What did you guys think about Nicholas Hoult as Lex Luthor? I thought he was great.
He was fine. He was good. I just there was some of the speeches for him were like they were definitely Lex Luthor, 100%. It reminded me of actually the Triangle era Lex Luthor, not the way he looked, but the way he talked and the way he acted and the way that he made those ridiculous speeches. That's how Lex talked, and I was fine, and I was fine with the plan too, because like I thought it was a perfect rendition of a ridiculous Lex Luthor plan. And I like when I streamed, I talked about whenever he got the red kryptonite from Mr. Mixelpitalik or Mr. Mixelsplitlick, however you want to say it, right? He had this fucking like mousetrap plan going on, dude. And it was like turn the crank and kick the boot. And like there were so many things going on. And it ended up with the world splitting in half. And I was like, oh, okay, got it. makes sense. Got it. And I think like for me, I think there just needed to hit more on Superman himself. Like how does he deal with these problems and not overloading him with fighting and getting beat down all the time. That was like a problem that I had. I was like, I want to see him beat the shit out of something, like, and it not phase him at all. There needed to be something in there that showed the power that he has, because from what we saw, you know, like, yeah, he overcame it, but he had a lot of help, right?
Mhm.
So from what we can kind of tell, like,
This
is there
Superman
something
isn't
else
that strong.
stronger than this guy that's out there? We don't know yet. Where you should be like, nothing, he can punch away any problem because that's what he's made for. It's Superman. He's made to punch the problem away. It's how you interact with him emotionally and on a human level that makes him the character that he is.
Yeah.
So like that I felt was a little bit lost in translation.
So I was going to agree with you actually on the same thing, because I knew it kind of was coming up because James Gunn had mentioned it in an interview that this Superman is not going to be as strong as the ones that you've seen before. And I think that overall, because I liked David Cornsweet's performance as Superman, I thought it was fine.
Yeah, I thought he was good.
Yeah,
he was good.
It was really good. But the problem with his character wasn't actually he himself. It was that. See, that's actual writing. That was another. Because I said I had a few issues with strength level. He wasn't. It's so weird to say he wasn't strong as Superman, but he wasn't though. He wasn't a strong Superman like at all. He was getting beat down most of the movie. Now, it wasn't in like a disrespectful way where it's like, fuck it, I stomp you down because you're a man and I hate men. Nothing like that. It was more like he is just not as strong as what we've come to see in many different variations of Superman. You know, I feel like if he was a little bit more stronger, that they would actually write that in. I feel like it would be a lot more believable for me, because it's like he's already been doing this. He's only been doing this for 3 years, so maybe he hasn't fully accessed all of his strength and his powers yet. Who knows? Because there's more movies down the line, because he's going to be in a lot of them. But I feel like throughout the movie, he wasn't as strong as he needed to be, because when you're thinking about the third act, you're like, okay, you should be this strong to take on these guys. Now you fought them this many times. You should be strong enough to take them out this point. You know, that's just
like
me.
You know how there's always a scene like in a Superman movie where like something is shot at him and you just see like like bing and it just does nothing, or like someone does something so strong and then it's like boom, nothing. There was no that there to where we're like, where you're like, fucking A, that's like nothing's getting by this dude. Like, you know what I mean? And I think Michael makes a good point. He says, I like James Gunn, but he always has these weird eccentric characters that he shoehorns into the plot. The selfie girls whom I'm referring to. And I can agree with you. I think they should have made her just Miss Tessmacher and not. So like Jimmy at this one point in the comics where he became Action Man, right? He was like his own super. He had this one chick that like was obsessed with him, and they combined what it seemed like to me. I could be wrong, right? Seemed like they combined those characters. If she was just straight Miss Tessmacher, you know, and it shouldn't have been with Jimmy, it should have been with Superman that she had the affinity for, right? But I guess they needed something for Jimmy to do. And that's where I think there's a problem. Like, not every character in the movie needs this major arc of things to do, right? You don't have to have that. Jimmy should have just been, if he got the information, that's fine. But the whole love story, for whatever reason, it's like, there was no point in that other than for him to receive the information that he ended up getting, where it's like
jokes. I think that's another part.
Right. And for jokes, there you go.
Also like, to add to it, just being completely fair, it's a character that Lex would not pay attention to. He thinks she's some dumb fucking thought. That's not a character you pay attention to. That's always been kind of a trope. I'm not saying I agree with it, but that is a trope where a very, very calm, calculated villain not paying attention to a character that they give no fucks about, until that person that they give no fucks about does something with the hero to upend their plan. It's always been a thing in movies, no matter. I can how many movies that has always been. Like, he literally didn't pay attention to the entire movie. He's taking selfies when they're in a pocket dimension. He didn't pay attention to her at all. You know, he's supposed to be this really smart guy, but I understand this is how a lot of rich guys like nobody his success pays attention to women like that. They don't, guys. If anyone says it's realistic,
well, he pays enough attention to throw one in prison that wrote a bad blog about him. That was his ex-girlfriend, which I thought was hilarious.
See, that one he paid attention to because she actually was going to ruin him potentially. Maybe he was like,
but the scene in there where he shot the dude, I thought that was a great scene.
Yeah, I think that was my favorite Lex Luthor scene from the movie.
Oh,
is
yeah.
that I think that showed how cold that he could be, and it was just like, oh, okay, well, let's move on. Let's go get someone else. Let's do this.
And then
again.
he had him in that cage where he said, "Hey, I figured out how this guy could, manipulate his abilities." He showed kryptonite, and I feel like that was the problem with Man of Steel. Was like you never established kryptonite, so the only way he can kill Zod is physically killing him. And this one they did establish there's some element of kryptonite here. That's where you have the weakness come through. Let's go over the story. So, do you want to explain Lex's plan? I mean, it's essentially a plan he's always kind of made.
He wanted to kill Superman, and he got these two nations to fight, which he was going to make one of them into Lutheropia or Lutherville or whatever it was. Lutopia, whatever the fuck it was. And he knew that if he could get them to war, that Superman was going to get involved because he doesn't care about borders, laws, or anything like that. And that would give him what the hell was his thing called? The force that he had. What were they called?
I already forgot what they called them.
Yeah.
Damn it. But he knew that he could get them involved because he had been talking to the higher ups in the defense category of like, hey, let's use this, let's do this. And they kept saying no until he stepped in, and then they got the message. The message was the big thing that put that plan into action, because whenever they had what was the two nations? It
was like
Barovia. When they had Mr. Barovian or whatever fighting, and he came back, if you remember, like he was like A3 BC, and they were like, he'd been planning this for years. He's been watching all the video on his fights, on Superman's fights. He knew how to do this. So basically it was like, that was his plan to get all of his dirt on him, to kill him. But in that happening, they had the pocket dimensions where he was keeping all these people, right? And Mr. Terrific basically told us that it was unstable. If even something is wrong in there, it could ruin the fabric of time and break apart the world. And that ended up happening.
Yeah. Also for Lex's plans, that if you build your own utopia, people would want to invest into that. So all that was that
was a throwback to the first movie.
I knew it was.
There were several throwbacks to the movies, like the idea of that he cloned him from Superman's hair, from one of the other movies.
Oh god, wasn't that from the fourth movie?
Yeah, that was from the fourth movie. And that was a bad idea then. It was a bad idea here.
He took the hedge clippers and cut the hair that was holding the 10,000-pound weight.
Good lord. And then from Lex's plan, because he invested so many billions of dollars into that one country to do that if he makes his own utopia, well, a lot of people are going to want to invest into that, and he would get all of his money back. So he would essentially have his own utopia, all the money back, and he's just when I was watching his performance, I was like, damn, this guy's for me. I liked his Lex's performance a lot. He lost it the moment Superman started winning, and that's what I wanted, for him to just lose it when all of his plans just started crumbling. Crypto. We didn't talk about Crypto. I could understand why people thought the dog was annoying. I could understand it, but I didn't. It wasn't annoying for me. But I understand the sentiment. It was a little much at certain points.
This is what I said about Crypto. I didn't have a problem with Crypto, but I think they used him too much.
Yes,
because if imagine if you would have just had him in the beginning, right? Up to the point where they were like, damn, he's messing up the Fortress of Solitude, right? Because all the holes in it. And then he comes in at the end whenever Lex is making his speech, and they basically do the Hulk Thor or Hulk Loki moment. That would have been so much more impactful than having him be at the climax of the movie all the way through. I didn't care. I mean, Crypto is a part of Superman. It's Kara's dog.
Some of it was cute. Some of it was a little too much.
I thought it was used too much. In my opinion.
Did you like Metamorpho?
Hold on, let Bob
No, I was just going to say, yeah, just an example of where they used him too much is where they, they got Crypto also in the pocket dimension or whatever, and he's sitting there chasing squirrels, and they got his eyes open this big, so they're imprinting all of the stuff into his mind, Yeah, that's where it got a little much. Where I would have just used him, I'm kind of like you, Laps. I would have just used him in the Fortress of Solitude. Maybe have him bring Superman back to the fortress. That was fine. Also maybe towards the end where he was taking out the cameras, I thought that was kind of fine because there's a dog chasing a toy. I thought that was kind of cool. But and then to have that final moment where he attacked Lex, but yeah, he was used way too much throughout the film. He didn't bother me as a character. I was fine with him. I just, he was overused.
Oh, what did you think about Metamorpho? Because he was the character that could, obviously abilities to manipulate things.
I was fine with him, but to be honest, that whole sequence, other than the sequence where Lex was with the gun, I really didn't like the whole Pocket Universe sequence. I just was not a big fan of it. And then when they were trying to escape and he's holding the baby up and all, I just didn't like the look of it. And that was
baby CGI was not good. That looked ugly.
I just didn't like that whole sequence. And again, that goes back to a story issue that I had with it, that this was just not my favorite Superman story to tell. And that's part of why I was disappointed.
No, dude, you say it sucked. It's all right. Nobody's going to have a problem with it. You could be like, dude, that sucked. You think it sucked. It sucked.
Yeah, no, I didn't think it sucked though. That's the thing. Because there was actually a lot to like here. Because like I said, the fact that this is a comic book universe, I really liked because I want to see more in this universe. Because I think that there's a lot of possibilities here. I think there were some good building blocks. I think this story would have been better with a different director. That's just what I think. Again, partly because I didn't think James Gunn's humor and style worked well for this character. Also, I loved the casting. I thought the casting was really good for the casting. So I was very frustrated with this movie because as I was watching it, I was like, okay, this is cool. And I just kept saying to myself, I'm not really liking this though. I mean, why am I not liking this? Because this was cool and this wasn't. But when it came down to it, I did not like the story. I didn't like the humor. I know, Laps, you said you liked some of the special effects shots. To me, I thought they were a downgrade from Man of Steel, but that's me personally. And again, the changes to Superman's parents. Also, I was not a big fan of the way they portrayed the parents, the Earth parents, Ma and Pa Kent. They portrayed them like country bumpkins. They're from the Midwest. They weren't from the South. Now, I mean, if that was the case that everybody in Smallville spoke like that, shouldn't Superman have been coming out going, "Well, Lois, was a good thing that you're here"?
I'm going to ride my tractor.
I mean, that's me nitpicking on that. That didn't really bother me. I just didn't like it.
No, but dude, no one lives in Kansas or Nebraska. Those are the most useless states here we have.
I thought the effects when he was flying and shit was awesome. I didn't think they looked bad.
But back to Pocket. No, I don't think that they looked bad. I just I thought they were a downgrade from Man of Steel.
So you said the story didn't work for you. So the story for me, it's understandably works in various different ways, just for me. But certain things in the story I don't like. Right. So if you're Lex Luthor and the government's constantly watching Superman, well, where else would you want to put him? Like it makes sense that he would have a secret jail for Superman if he's been planning on taking out Superman for quite some time, because he's mentioned, I want to take you out. So, keep in mind, if he took him out of Pocket Dimension, no one would ever know. But if you do that,
I think that was part of why it was so important for Lex's plan that he turned public opinion on Superman. Because when he was holding him there, he didn't want people turning around asking, "Where's Superman?"
Yeah,
he wanted people to be like, "Okay, thank God he's gone."
Because keep in mind,
and just real quick to close my point on Pa Kent. Despite the fact that I didn't like the way they were portrayed, I did think he had one of the coolest scenes in the entire movie when he has the where he's talking with Clark and telling him about how your choices are what make you who you are. That was actually one of my favorite scenes, if not my favorite scene in the whole movie. So even though I didn't like the way they were portrayed, I did really enjoy that scene.
We're never going to get a scene like that. Like we're on Spider-Man 2 when the ant is talking to Peter I rewatched the scene a few days ago. Man, it still holds up when she's just giving that speech about superheroes and all that stuff. We're never gonna get one of those ever again. But that one was fine. I like that part where it kind of molded his belief in how his parents raised him. So my thing with what I just said to you a moment ago is he had swayed public opinion on Superman to make it bad enough to the point where would people even care if he's gone? Because look at from his point of view, if I sway public opinion enough to make people hate you, if I kill you. Because I just basically told the world you only came here to enslave us and make more babies with women. Now, if I killed you, I just eliminated an entire threat. Now I'm the hero because he's all about I want to look like the hero. Because he was jealous of Superman coming in. So that's why I said I understand the story has little holes here and there, but I'm looking at it from his point of view. It makes sense for why he would do what he's doing. He's mentally. That's why I can't believe he didn't alter that audio. I know it seems crazy right now me saying that. I know.
No, I understand. I agree with you about that. I'm agreeing with you. It seems ridiculous that it wasn't altered. It does.
That's all like some Tom King or Christina Hodson shit right there.
No, that's
who knows.
That is James Gunn.
You're like, no, fuck it. That's just James.
No, it's dude. It's from a guy who said he never wanted to make a Superman movie. He said he never wanted to do it.
He did opt into making Suicide Squad because he was off for Superman first. Then he took Suicide Squad, but
he just didn't want to do it. Like, and I don't know.
Like the Justice Gang.
I thought that joke was kind of dumb.
It just kept going. To be fair, not to Superman. I don't like when jokes keep. So okay, it's a funny group name. It's okay. It's just let it breathe. It's not. I'm to hear it every single 5 minutes. I get what you're saying. Yeah. So if you're watching this in the theaters, the first post-credit scene is useless. We've already seen it. You already seen it because it's him on a planet looking at the Earth rotate. You already saw it. Yeah. There's nothing new there. I thought now the second post-credit scene is where I thought he was going to be like, hey, this is our Justice Hall. And he was going to introduce like the Justice League to a certain extent. It didn't go. I thought it was going to go a little bit further than that. I'm not saying it was a bad scene, but I thought he was going to be like, hey, this is the hall we're going to be in together. That's what I thought was coming. That's my own headcanon putting that in there. That's what I thought. I don't know if anyone else thought the same thing.
No, you know why? Because here's the thing. This is why I tell you why. Because imagine if they do that, right? And then you're just going to be like, oh, dude, they're just rushing into the Justice League. They're not even doing 8 movies like the MCU did. Fucking already one movie in, and here's they already got a Justice Gang, and now they got a Justice League, and then, oh my God, this is fucking stupid. Like, there's no winning, no matter.
You're right.
Like, there's no winning.
I'm not saying it was a bad thing. I just thought it was coming.
No, I understand that. I understand, but I'm saying I'm glad they didn't, because if they did, that's what would have happened.
They're doing crack.
Yeah, they're doing crack.
You're right. That's exactly what would have happened, because as it was, I mean, they jumped this movie into him being Superman already 3 years into it. They've established that there are metahumans that have been here for years. And because of that, this is a world that's already populated with superheroes and supervillains, and they're introducing stuff just left and right in this. And I think that's smart. Well, I'm not a big fan of it because I think it was a little too much too soon. But if you're going to do that, the way that they did it was probably the best way that they could have, because again, this is a very comic book world, and they established that right from the get-go. So going forward, and when we see other franchises, I mean, they can just dive into a lot of this stuff.
Well, that's why they did it.
Yeah. I also like the fact that they didn't when it came to Superman's origin, we didn't need to see it all again. I mean, yeah, of course they made changes to it, which again, we've all agreed were some dumb changes, but they didn't re-show that or anything like that. Let's get into the story. And I appreciated that.
I think the reason why they did the 3 years thing is because you're going to have so many other movies that if you don't do that, people are going to, once again, why weren't they asking about Batman over here? Why weren't they? This guy was. You have to have at least say that they've been around for this period of time. And I actually thought that was a smart decision, in my opinion. Because if they're making more movies with, then they would all have to be fucking origin stories, and they would all have to mention, oh, did you hear about that guy in Metropolis that this happened? Did you hear? Because then every single movie would have to be like, no, thank you.
Yep. And I'm not saying these were, the wrong decisions because, technically, to be fair, if he had did that, I would have to criticize it on it because I didn't like when Zack Snyder did it either. So that would be a fair criticism I would have. Like, yes,
right. It would just be like, they're
yeah.
making the same mistake again. They didn't
Yeah.
even wait for the second movie.
They didn't wait. They didn't do it my way.
They did it in the first movie. This isn't Iron Man.
Which is why I said, like, even though it's not my personal preference, if you're gonna do it that way, and you've already got this world populated, the way they handled it was probably the best way that they could. So
for what they were
I
doing,
didn't have a problem with.
Right, for what they were doing, I understand. I'm with you on that though as well. Like, if it was done differently, I could see that decision being not so good, but for the way they were already handling it right from the beginning of the movie,
right.
Fine, it makes sense. Yeah. That's why I said there's some problems I have with the movie, but most I'm just like, I'll be honest, I did not like Man of Steel. Okay, like I just did not like Man of Steel. I just thought it was gloomy.
But you love
everything.
Birds of Prey.
Everything was drab in it. This was colorful. This was Superman to me. This felt at least like Superman to me. Whether or not they got everything correct, like that's how I.
Well,
It's funny because when it comes to the Snyder movies, I like Man of Steel. I like it a lot. I was not a fan of Batman v Superman.
I don't think anyone was.
And part of that was because we got the dark and gloomy Superman in Man of Steel. And I understand why there were a lot of criticisms of it. And I was fine with it in that movie. But I thought by the time you got to Batman v Superman, it's a year later. We should have that hopeful Superman by that point because he needs to be a contrast to Batman. And he wasn't a contrast. It was like seeing the same two characters.
Right.
And all he did was sit around and think about humanity and why you shouldn't help him. That should never be a thought in his brain ever.
Yeah. So I had a big problem with Batman v Superman.
I will say the director's cut or whatever, the unrated version was a lot better than the theatrical version, but it still wasn't, good, I guess. It was way better though. It was way better and made way more sense.
Like even little stuff, like for example, when that bomb went off in the congressional when he's testifying before Congress or whatever, or before the Senate committee or whatever, they just throw a little line back into the Ultimate Edition where they say, "Oh yeah, the wheelchair was lined with lead." Because I'm like, how the heck did Superman not see that? Yeah, and that's something simple that was thrown back in. So I mean, that's just a little example. So yeah, the Ultimate Edition's better, but it's still not a good movie.
No,
the thing I want to bring up is like, in a lot of the reviews for this movie, people had mentioned that it was super, like if you're a comic book fan, this might be the best thing for you, but or a casual audience too, mixture of both. But if you're someone that, is a little bit more indifferent on stories like these, this might not be the movie for you. Oh, I will say this movie, if it doesn't make you a fan of Superman, I'll be honest, I literally don't know what will. I don't know what honestly will, because there was a lot of heart and warm emotion here, because people have said, well, Man of Steel is too dark. Well, this one had all the right beats as far as like an atmosphere. Like the atmosphere was warm and uplifting. Like when he was
yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah, when he was in that box, all he could think about was getting out, saving people. When he had he told it to Luther on that little mini ship he had. No, I'm just like you. I'm like all of you guys. I want to do good things and all this. In that interview with Lois Lane, he was like, people were gonna die. I'm like, fuck. I'm like, that's my Superman. That's all he cared about. He didn't want people to die. He didn't care if he started a war.
That's why the plan made sense. That he knew Luther, if he got them, that he didn't want. He will not let anybody die. Like that. That's where I said like there were plot holes, but people saying there's no plot to the movie. Like
that's crazy.
Yes, there was.
I'd argue,
like literally was.
Well, we were reviewing Thunderbolt. I'd argue Thunderbolt had no plot. This actually had a plot.
Yes, but that had a plot too. It just wasn't a good one.
Plot.
It just wasn't a good one, and it got usurped by literally the last 15 minutes of the movie.
Like me and you were going back. I don't like, to be fair, I'll say it. I won't say there's no plot in Thunderbolt. It's just on a very decent one. It's very cliche. One.
I know we went back and forth on it, but like I came to the same conclusion as you did on Thunderbolts. I had no problem with the movie until literally the last 15 minutes. And I was like, I'm being honest, I've very rarely had a movie, because I'm nowhere near as harsh on movies as I am comics, because I look at comics are the source.
Different mediums.
This is what this is what I care about.
Right.
Because the other things have let me down so many times, just as much as this has let me down. But like you said, there's years of history that I'm never going to be able to read everything in my lifetime. And I'm always going to find new stuff that I can read, that I haven't read, or, I may have read one book here, one, book
And my
there.
wife lets me down during sex every single time.
But-
so I get your point.
I'm pretty sure it's you letting her down.
Oh God.
Yeah. So
Also, yeah.
So I think that when it comes to not liking something, right? Like if I'm not using you as an example, Bob, but people who might be disappointed at the movie, right? They might find more things that they didn't like, to make them feel disappointed. But like I've heard people who say they were disappointed, right? And then like, this is why I'm saying it's not you, Bob, that go, there's no plot to this. There's no this, there's no, and I'm just like, dude, like, I don't know what else to tell you then. Like, I'm not going to defend something that you just genuinely don't like. I'm not here to make you like something.
You're not here to change that person's mind. That's what I thought I said earlier. It's why?
Like I said, like the effects to me were fine. Like they were looking, the one thing I didn't like, cause I'll say this, seeing it in the regular theater compared to when I saw it in IMAX were it looked completely different.
Yeah.
So I don't know if maybe the home release will look better, like the 4K version. Because I saw our IMAX is a DLP 4K, right? So it was the full screen and it was like perfectly crystal clear. The one thing that looked really bad was that baby.
Yeah. Oh, the baby.
That little baby. It looked really bad.
Yeah.
And then there was the scene where they were in that what did he call it? The river that was like particles.
It's like that interdimensional river that led to that black hole.
When they were actually that looked fine until they were in it.
Yeah, the river.
They looked kind of rubber. They looked kind of rubbery in the IMAX version.
It looks. Yeah.
Those two things I thought looked kind of weird when I was seeing it in IMAX.
It looked weird in the regular theater too. That
in
river
the regular theater, I'm saying compared to the regular theater, it did. I did think it looked worse in the regular theater. I'm hoping that like maybe if you see it on the 4K Ultra Edition, whatever, if it goes on streaming, it'll look better. But that fucking baby in that fucking river.
The last
did
thing
not look good.
Up.
Like when they pull Superman's arm, I swear to God, they were pulling a spaghetti noodle. You will see his wrist. I was like, I looked at it and I'm like, looking at my buddy John goes, did his wrist just stretch like 5 inches?
No.
Like,
when he was,
I think it did.
When he was in that pocket dimension river, I was like, it looked terrible because they were fighting him. He was all under the water like a shark was trying to drag. You're right. I looked bad. Last thing that we didn't talk about yet. So at the end of the movie, when he saved everybody, it's all Lex is put in jail. Jimmy got his girl. They should. Why did
there's
they
a
have
few other things too? But go ahead. There's a few other things I want to talk about.
You're fine. Man, David and Rachel did not have sex in the movie. I thought they're gonna just be having sex, but we all can get what we want in life. You guys wanted to see it too. Don't fucking.
Can we all just agree that? Can we all just agree that like Cat Grant was like was there for me?
She was there for eye candy.
There you go.
Yeah. So,
when they were jumping up at the end, they knew exactly what they were doing.
I mean, the character's always kind of been like that as far as she's been utilized just for eye candy. I mean,
even in the comics,
you go back to Lois and Clark, the one with Dean Cain. I mean, that's essentially what she was there for.
That's right. She was
because she was in the first season.
Right. I like the eye candy. You went to the white girl, right? Who was talking to Lois. I thought she was hot as hell.
I remember the episode where Superman had amnesia, and so she saw her opportunity, and so she was pretending like she was Clark's like girlfriend. She's like, "Honey, you don't remember us? We've been together for years."
That's fantastic.
So the thing I wanted to bring up was at the end of the movie, essentially everything's done. Supergirl appears because one of the robots says, "Hey, Kal-El, your cousin is back." So Supergirl appears, and I wasn't feeling her. I didn't get Supergirl vibes from her. And it was only like 2 seconds.
Okay, you gotta remember though. But and I agree with you, right? I agree with you. This isn't gonna. I don't think that this is gonna be a normal Supergirl because if they make this is another thing. that's going to be you're damned if you do and you're damned if you don't, right? If they make another carbon copy of Superman that's just a girl, right? It's not going to work.
Mhm.
But the way that it feels like they're going to make it is like, here's this fucking let's drink mimosas Supergirl and go to Red Sun Planet so we can get, fucked up Tuesday. Woohoo!
Yeah.
You know, like, so
is she gonna be one of those woohoo girls? Remember that episode How I Met Your Mother? There was those woohoo girls. I don't know.
They set up a lot of people. Like they talked with Maxwell Lord, which
I saw that.
All I thought was like, man, I can't wait till till Wonder Woman breaks your fucking neck, you piece of shit. You know,
I think the actress was cute. I just in that moment, if you were trying to establish me that that's Supergirl, I wasn't feeling it. But she's getting her own movie next year.
I was
so
fine with her. Maybe I'm not
called him a
necessarily
bitch, and I was like, okay, that's her.
Okay, maybe I'm not down with the portrayal. I'm fine with the actress. Okay,
yeah,
and
I'm fine with the actress.
I'm watching it for the plot.
I'm willing to wait to see the Supergirl movie before
I
make a decision on that.
100%.
After all, she was drunk. So I mean,
well,
a lot of
she was coming off of
right.
her drunkenness because the yellow sun was taking it out of her. So she was like in between.
Yeah,
So hey, give Gray.
Those had to have been some strong drinks.
Come on, man, he saw it.
Gray is he left me for my dad.
So did Sparkles too.
But Sparkles doesn't count. She's white. Okay, so what are the other things you want to bring up? Because you said outside of that, there's other things you want to go. Go ahead.
Well, I thought it was cool that they brought in some, characters like I thought the Otis thing was great. Okay. And did anybody not laugh? The dude with the glasses that was working with Luthor. Every time he talked, I couldn't stop laughing. And it was just his voice that we gotta close the chasm. Just like every time he said anything.
The few jokes that landed, those ones did.
Him talking, I couldn't stop.
No, the end of the movie. Remember, he's
hard,
like, we have to close it now, and he put his face
he
put his hand over his face.
I can help. He's like, I don't need fucking help. I'm Mr. Terrific.
The one part I actually laughed almost in the theater was when Lois is like, "Well, I didn't tell him I love him. He told me he loved me." And Mr. is like, "I don't do emotions," and she keeps speaking, and he's like,
"Yeah."
I was like, well, that was funny. I'll give it. That's funny. I like that humor. If you're a black man, I want to hear this white girl talk about her white boyfriend and their white privilege. What the fuck? I'm joking. That's an actually.
What you saying? You're Mr. Terrific there, hoping that she was going to change her mind.
Yeah, exactly. Like he was going to be the one to like open up her emotional
That's what girls do, though. I agree with James. Girls do that a lot. Girls just be telling you shit, and you're like, "Girl, dude, they weren't even there for that. They're gonna save Clark, and she's over spilling by. Oh, I got dicked down by this guy. He doesn't give a fuck about that."
But I do like, like I said, that they showed Maxwell Lord. There was a couple other people that they showed too, and I can't remember. But it was cool that they did that because you could see them. Here's some things in the Superman canon and Wonder Woman canon too that. Here are characters that we know that are in the universe and they exist here. So I thought that was kind of neat,
Rick Flag. Did you like
Rick
that?
Flag? Yeah, I thought he was fine as Rick Flag. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, Flag? I mean, I already liked him voicing the character in Creature Commandos. So
I forgot Frank Grillo's here. When I saw Frank Grillo, I was like, Frank Grillo's here. That's cool as fuck.
Did you think of what's his name? What did he played in
Winter Soldier?
Yeah, and that in Civil War.
He played fucking hell. I forgot his name. Jeez.
Crossbones.
He played Crossbones.
Oh yeah.
So, hey, you're not a mustard anymore.
Hey, I could be.
You should be.
If I need to be.
I mean, James Gunn mentioned this that the characters you see in animated that do the voice acting will be the actors they have in live action, which is cool. You get that synergy. That's completely fine.
I thought Creature Commandos was cool.
I watched that
Creature Commandos.
The Peter cameo.
It got better as it went along. I'll say that. It got that fight, dude, when they're in that like little the town with all the alleyways. I can't remember if it's like episode 6 or 7.
Oh yeah,
that fight is fucking awesome, dude.
So
Gray was so sick.
Gray, before we head out of the actual review, what were your general thoughts about Superman? And yes, I didn't get to see Lois and Clark have sex, and I think I'm gonna give it a 0 out of 10.
That's what you were going in for?
He almost,
you know,
he was smacking your ass quite a bit.
Fair enough. What did your What about the couple that you brought along with you? Did they enjoy the movie?
I
or-
loved the movie.
I brought my wife and her boyfriend. No, I didn't. I had sex with my wife before I went to the movie because I'm not taking her to go see anything. I'm like Lex when
Yeah,
you
but
treat
what
that
did her
white girl.
boyfriend think of it?
No, I'm like Lex in this movie. If the girl's doing some stupid shit, you ignore bimbo thoughts like her. Just she doesn't exist to you. I can get a ton of girls like her. That's how it exists for me. That's the reality that no, I'm an answer. A lot of people don't know that. If you're that rich like he is, you do not care if a bitch like that exists. He can get 30 her.
Settle down.
Anyway, but you know.
Come on, man. That's Jimmy's girl you're talking about.
No, she wasn't. That's all our girl. That's the homie's girl. That's the girl that gets passed around at the parties. That's not
He said that's all
Jimmy's
our girl.
That girl was Lex. No, she was Lex's until she found out he was evil. Then she was like, "Oh, Jimmy,
No,
I'll
she was
on your
Jimmy's
dick."
first.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Hey, come
you're
on.
Right, right.
He had the nickname for it and everything. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not
Mutant
the
Toast.
biggest Superman. I'm not the biggest Superman fan. He's always been kind of a Boy Scout where I like kind of some of the darker things that DC is able to do.
Mhm.
But man, this film, saying that, this really seems to hit the tone of the comics for me. And it just, it hit on a level that I didn't expect that I was going to enjoy so much. And then I just love how we're not getting another origin story. Like, who hasn't seen the Superman origin story so many different times, so many different ways? Instead, we're just going to throw you into this universe with metahumans existing. You know, conflicts are happening. So there was one version of this where I guess they were going to put in like days of the week, like this is Monday, this is whatever, so that you can see like the time span that this happens on. And then you'd see that this is kind of like just a normal week in this world where you have metahumans, creatures, all that stuff. That might have helped a bit, but yeah, and I ended up liking this way more than I think I was expecting to. That being said, I think I'd give it probably like a 6 out of 10, somewhere around there. It's by no means a perfect movie. It's not even my favorite like superhero origin movie, but for kicking off a franchise, man, I'm really excited where they're going to go with this. It feels like it sets up a bunch of different potential, and I feel like he really got the tone of the character that I was looking for. Unlike Snyder, I don't necessarily hate those films, but that's not Superman. Like, I kind of like what he's doing, and he made Cavill look amazing, but this is what I think of, that kind of sense of hopefulness. It really reminded me of kind of the Superman cartoon from...
I'm Michael Jordan. Stop it. Get some help.
Why?
It's great.
Why?
He deserves it. He
No,
deserves
he
it.
doesn't.
But yeah, I don't know. I don't hate this thing quite as much as I was expecting to, and I don't get what a lot of the controversy is. Both the political side of it and then the super woke side of it. I didn't get either of those. Like it kind of dips its toes into the political, but stays like surface level and kind of the same way that Marvel tried to, but I feel like they failed in a different way with I'm forgetting what the latest Captain America was called. Brave New World.
Oh, Brave New World.
Yeah, like they just wanted to like dip their toes into political, but not really get into it. And I feel like they kind of failed in a way that this kind of works. Like they kept that whole war thing. Yeah, you could go super political into it, but that's not Superman's focus. He was busy worrying about something else. And in fact,
they made a point to
Justice
say
Gang
he
did it.
doesn't care about political lines or boundaries or stuff.
So I don't know.
Yeah,
for surface level politics, it worked for me. So I don't see that
yeah.
criticism. And then this is not a woke Superman to me.
No,
Not at all.
So-
not at all. Like
People
I
say it
didn't
wasn't woke,
understand
but
that
it's fine.
at all. I didn't
No,
understand that.
What I think it was
didn't.
is I think they were trying to, well, I think some of the comments made by the creative team behind this, I think was trying to do it after the fact, trying to be relevant to current day politics, kind of like what some of the actresses and actors were saying when House of the Dragon first came out in season 1, how they were trying to say, well, it's talking about this and it's talking about that. And then everybody watched it. And it was like, what are you talking about? This actually had nothing to do with any of that stuff. So I think that's kind of what's happening here, is that they were trying to do it like after the fact to try to relate to it. But then the media, the right-wing media jumped on that and said, you see, this is woke. And they just took it so far. So you had both sides just going nuts over this thing. And in reality, it had nothing to do with any of that.
That's what I wanted to bring
that
up.
was another thing I did appreciate about the movie. Again, even though I was disappointed in it, I appreciate that it stayed away from a lot of the politics. My criticisms had nothing to do with any of the
Usual
with the
material
garbage
box.
that they put into this.
Well, I'll tell you,
It wasn't infused with a bunch of identity politics and stuff like that. I was fine with this as far as that
I'll
goes.
tell you what, I think for me, like probably this audience knows, I don't listen to anything that directors, I don't listen to the news. Because I don't care. Right. Like, I mean, I'm sorry. I know some people that they hinge on that shit. Right. But if you need a political commentary on your fucking movies,
especially a Superman one,
then yeah, if this is a war movie or a something, then I can understand. But like, I think and from seeing other people's reviews, that's how I saw some of the comments. And I think the one that got people up was James Gunn's brother. Because James Gunn just kind of said, because they were trying to get him to say MAGA is jumping all over this. That
he
one,
said this movie about kindness. That's
like, it's just a movie, about heart and kindness. And that was, sample A dumb answer to put, right? But fucking his brother was just,
God, he went all in.
He went all in on it. And that's why I always say, like, I don't care what they have to. I don't want to watch interviews with the director. I don't want to watch interviews with the writers. Like, me personally, that's just me. But I understand other people that like want to review movies and stuff like that. Totally understand, because if I had a chance, let's say to interview Dan Jurgens or like Jeff Johns, I would totally do it.
Sure.
But that's my medium is the stuff that's behind me,
right?
Like, I'm not the movie guy,
And this is what I wanted to bring up. I'm glad Bob and you brought it up, which was the narratives from either political aisle going into this movie. Was the one thing that I was going, like, people said he changed the motto to the truth, justice, and the human way. Literally never mentioned,
never happened
ever at all.
Wasn't in there,
wasn't there at all. Then and if you want to use the word woke, people use that. I don't use that word at all. None of that is in the movie. There isn't like a fucking Lois Lane.
You just bold-faced lied.
Like, okay, maybe in YouTube.
You used it all the time.
So there isn't a scene in the movie where Lois is like, "Hey, Superman, I'm gonna fucking want to peg you. Get on your knees, bitch." Yeah, doesn't happen. Like, any of that you're thinking about doesn't exist here, and it's weird to see like all the angles of the media going like, "No, that's in there." It's like, what do you mean that's in there? You haven't watched. Then that's how I know you didn't watch the movie. That's how I would know you're being disingenuous, because none of that existed in here. Now but I want to say that is a step in the right direction for movies like these, because what we just said here, that shouldn't be in there.
Well,
the discourse should be.
Remember how I always made that analogy of Hollywood used to follow the money instead of trying to create the trend that makes the money. They were trying to follow the money. They were trying to make it for everybody, which is smart, because that's what you should fucking do, as opposed to, this trend right now we have where Superman is a trans fucking
activist,
ex-basketball player who used to dunk from full court and has and all the X, Y, and Z problems. Where if that's your movie, fine. But you know what? Those people don't show up for any of the shit that's made for them. They just don't.
Yeah.
Like, and you would think by this point in time that they would have figured out, like, and there's absolutely nothing wrong with being whatever. I just don't expect me to play along in it. Like, I mean,
don't expect me to
go over there and it's not even that I support it or not. It's just, if that's why I always ask people, what's your name? I don't want to call you anything else but your name.
And I feel like that's a good thing the movie's done. The movie has done something where it's what everyone has quietly been saying all the time. We just want a movie to talk about the movie itself, not if fucking the movie was injecting politics into it. I could care less, honestly.
And
that's
and
what
for all the people saying they could see the Ukraine, Russia stuff, and it's like, dude, listen, man, like.
Yeah, I've seen people say that.
And people just like with Harry Potter, like, oh, the goblins are the bankers. Don't they look a little Jewish to you? So you're telling me that Jews look like goblins? Like, what are you saying?
Orcs are black people.
What are we saying in these things? But then, like, it's to the point where you can find anything in anything as long as you want to find it. You can find any type of allegory or analogy to fit your narrative. But if you want to just enjoy a movie and go watch it, then do.
This
Then
is
go
the movie
see
for
the
you,
movie.
right?
This
Yeah.
is a movie for you. Go see it. If you dislike it, I mean, that's fine. Go ahead and dislike the movie. But like, at least if you're going to review or talk about it, at least say things that are true that happened in the movie.
Wait, what are you saying? That Superman's not an allegory for President Trump?
I mean, I really
Gotta
don't
hope
know
not.
because I don't pay attention to the world. Like I told you, I have this amazing sphere that
I thought
live in,
Superman.
right?
I thought Mr. Terrific was an allegory for black people in Section 8. You never know. He had a haircut like it, but no. All jokes aside, this is what I
He had
want.
a spaceship.
Hey man, it's
That's
a hood.
what Section 8 house
Joke.
do you live
my
in?
God, it's a fucking joke. I hate this gaslighting.
But you guys, is
Wasn't
that
a
what's
good one,
behind
though.
that door? Is that what's behind?
Yes,
Those
Mr.
Amazon
Trevor's
boxes, they're
spaceship.
not a bed.
Yeah, so
It's a spaceship.
that's
Is it an
what I-
MSK ship?
That's why I like that this movie has done this, because it brought people to what people always bring up as a common sentiment, like who's stronger in a fight, Goku or Superman. That's all that should matter in this stuff, is what you actually have in the actual media, not like, man, this movie implied that you should vote for Donald Trump or implies you should vote for Joe Biden. That shouldn't happen. If the movie, I think that's the one good thing this movie has done. It's like, hey, I want a movie that doesn't have any of that shit in there. Now, if it's subliminal and it's like implied, sure, that's always going to happen. But it's
What
not
do you
like
think subliminal
beating-
means?
but it's not beating it's not beating you over the head with politics, and that's what everyone's been asking for. Even if you don't like the movie, you can't say it was political, and that's good, because that would have made you probably not like it more. But if you didn't like the movie, that's whatever. Who cares? It's your opinion, but I enjoy it. So to wrap it up here, let's start with Grey Poupée. What are your final thoughts and opinions on Superman?
It was pleasantly surprising. I thought I was going to hate this. I haven't looked forward to any Superman movies in my lifetime, at least ones that were made in my lifetime. I did like the Donner ones when I was a kid, but haven't really watched them since I was a kid. But man, this actually got me excited for Superman. So I was not expecting that. And I liked the interplay with this fully fleshed out world that we're going to. I definitely hear the criticism that it feels like you have to do homework because, this is a fully existing world. It feels like this is like movie 2 or 3 in a series. But for me, I don't need to see the Moses story again. I don't need to see the baby in the basket sent down the river. To me, this is what I want to see out of Superman. I want to see the guy who's really concerned with human life, who remembers everyone's name. I don't know. It was just a fun, uplifting version. While it's not going to be on par with like Iron Man 2008 for me, which is just kind of the epitome of like the first in a franchise. This is kind of an exciting first movie for me. I'm really excited to see Supergirl, which they definitely teased in this one. But man, if you're looking for a darker tone, the one that they're adapting for that, you're going to see why she is so wanting to get fucked up when she can't from the Earth's yellow sun, and she has to go to a red sunned planet in order to try and forget what she's seen. It's going to be awesome. And I think it's Miley Alcock or whatever. Alcott.
Yeah.
The chick from House of Dragons season 1.
Yeah.
Ali Big
Yeah.
Yeah, so you'll enjoy her, MSK.
Definitely
Yeah,
not. I'm into
so
real women with vaginas.
I think you're gonna see Krypton get a little bit more fleshed out in her backstory, since she would have been a
she's banging her
teenager.
dog. White girls do that. Is that what you're implying?
Not at all. But I think a lot of people who are complaining that you didn't get to see like a backstory, that you didn't get to see Krypton, you didn't get to see the thing. I think you're going to see a lot of that in her story. I think you'd have to go into there to see what dramatized her. And man, I'm all for it. I think Gunn can definitely hit home that tone. But everything that I was worried about, where can he hit the Superman tone? To me, he hit the Superman tone, and then he's definitely got the Gunn stuff going on in the background. If this isn't the movie for you, I get it. I'm not saying like this is a home run or anything like that, but for me, it's a solid hit that I was expecting to totally like foul out or something. But man, for me, it's solid.
I think it will be cool to see Kara on Argo City. I think that would be awesome.
Yeah.
I think it would be
Bob,
cool.
what are your final thoughts and opinions on Superman? We know you're a huge lover of the MCU currently. So I'm
yeah,
pretty sure
yeah.
this was the certain
Oh,
thing
yeah.
you wanted to see.
Oh yeah. Like this was the movie I was anticipating the most this year. Again, those first two trailers, I really loved them. When that last one came out and some of the clips came out, I started getting more wary. And when I finally saw the movie, even though there was a lot to like here, and I think the building blocks are here. And again, I want to see more within this universe because I like the idea that it is a comic book world that opens up to a lot of possibilities. I just was not a fan of the story in this particular film, and I didn't think James Gunn's style was right for this character. So that's just me personally. And I like if I had to rate it, I originally on Criticless when I put my review up there, I gave it a 45%. I'd probably bump it up, after thinking about it a few days, probably to about a 5.5, just because there again there is so much that I liked about it. It's just the stuff that I didn't like it just really dragged it down for me. So for me personally, I was disappointed. But again, I do want to see more within this universe because I think they have something here that could be really special and a lot of fun to explore.
Laps, my
It's totally
resident
respectable.
Laps comic fan. Your final thoughts, my resident clout chasing bastard friend.
So that amazing intro.
Jesus, MSK, God.
I'm just gonna let you laugh like
All
a
right.
little girl.
Okay. All right.
Anyway,
big, yes.
yeah.
Jokes
Talk
aside,
about
love-
your big man sexuality and all the
Yep.
women that you bang, and you got
Oh my God.
5 fingers for 5
Women?
cakes, buddy.
I'm more of a 3-finger in kind of man when it comes to girls, but it's fine. But
Right.
no, all jokes aside,
Making
what are your
up for
final
the
thoughts
dong.
and opinions
I got
on Superman?
I liked this movie a lot. I had some issues with it, but overall, there was a fucking lot of comic book references in this movie. I gave it like a 7, 8.
Okay.
But that's like honestly like getting a movie rating out of me, that doesn't mean anything because like I said, I'm not really the movie guy. Like if none of these movies existed, I would still be down here reading my books.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's I just look at it as extra. Is it cool? I liked it.
Mhm.
I liked it a lot. I hope that they do more with this world. I've never said I've ever been looking forward to anything Supergirl, but I am looking forward to see what they do with Supergirl, and it gives me hope for the rest of the lineup that they tentatively have. I still think that they should be doing like the Trinity. If you're going to create the world, you need in a DC world, you have to have the Trinity, and that should be the most important.
But he did say they are the most important, and that's why they're waiting on on Batman and Wonder Woman to like truly get those scripts ready, supposedly, which is the opposite of Marvel, which is what we want.
Which I'm down for that. I mean, let's get it right if we're gonna do it.
And if you're gonna do it right, I don't want to have a bunch of crap in between. That's the thing that I'm worried about, right?
I know.
But after this, it's Clayface and Supergirl. Like both of those seem interesting to me.
I think Lantern could be pretty good.
Supergirl sounds cool, but like Clayface, as much as I like Clayface, is anybody gonna give a fuck about Clayface outside of
no,
dude? But it's Flanagan, body horror. It's gonna be awesome.
I hope so. I really do. Like I really do. I go into every movie that I go see. I hope it's good. Even Fantastic Four, I'm going to go see it. I hope it's great. I hope it's the best because that movie franchise is cursed. I hope it's amazing. I hope Pedro Pascal is, the best Reed Richards ever. Will he be?
Yeah.
Probably not. But I hope he is.
Well, I mean, he could be the best so far. So that's awesome. It sounds like the only scores that matter here. We all gave it above average, unlike MSK. MSK has never been called above average, but our scores aren't super far apart. I think Bob said like 5.5.
Okay.
I said like 6.5, and Lats is giving it like 7 or 8. Like hell yeah, we're not that far apart. It seems like it's above that average, and for me, this is way above anything that Marvel has done in recent history.
So for me,
a lot of those I'd say, man,
I'll agree to that.
This seems more positive. But yeah, sorry, MSK, if you want to finish this out, I guess you can.
I always know how to finish when it comes to sex with my wife. Jokes aside. So
True, you always finish.
Early.
One slight thing I'll say in the Clayface
Superman
thing,
movie.
a bunch
sex
of
with his
people,
wife.
like Clayface, a bunch of people might say they'll watch it. I want to see the box office numbers because anybody can say, "Oh, James Gunn, that sounds such a great idea. I would love to go see in that movie. Probably gonna bomb out its ass, but who knows? I haven't seen the future yet. You know
What does bomb mean to you?
Well, 9/11 would disagree with you. So,
What?
Or no
No.
You just said,
bombs
what does
involved?
bomb mean to you?
all right.
And there was no bombs in 9/11 except for the
Oh,
I thought
Pentagon.
you said you knew how to finish, MSK.
Allegedly.
Oh, he's
No
finished.
wonder you restart the show so many times.
Allegedly. That's in a different pocket dimension, actually. In another pocket dimension, I'm a successful black guy. In one dimension, I'm a white guy. No, all jokes aside, for me personally, as you guys know, I don't give ratings. I'll just tell you if I like it or didn't like it, or I'm just kind of mixed on it.
You have to give it a rating. We gave it ratings.
Yeah, that's for losers. People value my opinion.
Okay,
unlike you guys.
yeah, they value your
value your
opinion. Give it
rating.
a
Give me a
fucking
rating.
rating.
So, this is for me, my final thoughts. I think this is a very fun, awesome, enjoyable movie. The stuff that doesn't work for me is more like my own personal taste kind of things. Like, I want him to be stronger. I want him to fight more efficiently. But that could come in a second movie or a third movie later on down the road. I do think the cast was really awesome. I know everyone said Mrs. Terrific stole the show for them. No, for me, it was definitely Nicholas Hoult as Lex Luthor. That guy really stole the show for me. Really great performance that guy just did out there. Rachel Brosnahan, Lois Lane did a great job. David Cornsweet, great job. But no, Lex Luthor, sign it up for me. The action, I thought
Corn sweat.
Corin Sweat.
Yes,
you know,
Corin.
yeah. So the action was good for me. The pacing was fine. They do throw you into a lot, but when I was watching the movie, I never had that feeling of like, damn, I wish this was over right now. I was fine with what I was given, but you know, there were the flaws I talked earlier with the whole John, his dad, fucking hell,
Jarrell.
his real parent, Jarrell. You know, keep in mind, guys, that's what I said when I started this review, and I want to make sure I point this out. There's different iterations of these characters you guys all know and love. Just because you've only seen it one way does not mean that's the only way it's ever been done. But that doesn't mean you don't have to like it. But that's saying there's other iterations of characters that exist out there based off of the little mini stuff you guys have only seen in TVs and movies. Because keep in mind, those people are basing off of comic books too. So just keep that in mind. There's other ways.
What you're saying is that you wished it was Calvin Ellis.
You know, I'm not gonna lie.
Representing the bros.
It should have been revealed that Val Zod was banging his mom and Clark is secretly a hood black kid from the set.
Hey, I'm going to quote you, MSK.
Sweet.
I'm going to quote you. You've said before, just because it was in the comics doesn't mean it was a good idea then.
Right.
So that's kind of the way I look at this.
And those things are
Age of the Rose.
interchangeable.
I mean, Superman at one point was like an energy bean, and then they split him into
dude, they had
different
pink
energy
kryptonite.
beans.
They made him
That
gay.
wouldn't be a good idea to do that on
Dude,
screen.
They made pink
Superman-
kryptonite and made him gay. No one would like that.
Listen,
Oh,
Superman.
that's Superboy.
Superman did a porn.
Okay, now that's what I want in those movies. He should
That
have
was a
banged Lois.
comic book.
Also, there is one thing I will knock on the movie. Why didn't he bang Lois? You telling me you wouldn't bang Rachel Brosnahan? You telling me you wouldn't?
Well,
Are you
here's the
fucking
thing.
serious?
It was a family.
The Marvelous Miss
movie.
Maisel?
And I was surprised how many times they said shit in the movie.
I was surprised too. It was PG-13. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, I was
Hey,
surprised.
I
Those
wasn't
monkeys,
surprised.
they typed
James
it.
Gunn did drop the F-bomb in Guardians 3.
But I will
so
agree with
wasn't
Bob.
surprised.
This is something I
Right.
just
Well,
did
they
earlier
get
with
one.
Bob.
Right. They get one. Right.
Right. They usually get the one.
PG-13.
Yeah,
They get
yeah.
one. Okay.
Yeah.
I was just surprised, that they did that so much. But I liked the movie. I can't help it.
But I would say
I saw it twice.
the thing that Bob said earlier, the humor for me, I didn't hit sometimes. There was a few jokes I was like, laughing
Oh,
at. But
man.
the humor sometimes, I wasn't laughing at his jokes.
Was it a packed house when you went?
No,
'Cause,
maybe like 8 people there, max. But it's
Oh,
fine.
dude.
It was.
So I saw it in a
packed
packed
when I went
house.
there.
Everything that Jimmy Olsen said just hit every time Crypto was on. The entire audience was like uproaring.
Did they cheer for the Supergirl
man.
cameo at the end?
Who wouldn't? It's a party girl. It's the owner of the dog.
I mean, I'd smash. That's what I would do. So, overall, this was my most anticipated movie to watch in 2025. I had a good time with it. Hopefully, this is a better attempt at creating a cinematic universe than compared to the first time because, well, God forbid, you can only fuck up so many times for people just basically just noped out of going to see his movies. Supergirl is next, and that is actually based off of Supergirl was like Last Woman of Krypton, something like that, written by Tom King. Last Girl of Tomorrow, Woman of Tomorrow, Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow, written
Not a
by
bad
Tom King.
run.
So you can go and buy that right now and read it if you want to see that version of Supergirl that'll be on screen. But for me, overall,
quick question. We know Supergirl's the next movie, but does that actually come before Lanterns, or is Lanterns going to be next?
I think that comes before Lanterns. I think I could be wrong.
I think so.
Because I don't want to count Peacemaker, because Peacemaker was technically already
In
going to come
another
out.
universe. Yeah.
Peacemaker season 2. So Peacemaker is canon except for the
Yeah.
Justice League cameo, but Peacemaker season 2 is 100% canon, and that gets released next month.
Yeah,
Right.
and the only reason why I say I don't want to count that is just because it was already going to come out whether the DC universe had taken off or not. I mean, it was already going to be a given that we were going to get a Peacemaker too. So, so I'm just curious, like, what was the next project of the ones that they kind of like announced? Is it Lanterns?
Well, they
or
did do a
Supergirl?
shit ton of reshoots for Peacemaker season 2.
It did, yes.
They did a ton of reshoots.
But
From what I heard from other YouTube sources, and then I had to look it up myself.
Yeah,
because like I said, I don't like looking up stuff like that. I just like seeing it and judging it for myself.
Yeah, makes sense.
And then
overall.
afterwards, I'll go see what everybody else thinks.
Also, the last thing I'll say for this is whenever.
Yeah,
like,
we know that Lanterns is going.
Yeah,
to be
we know
a
it's the
show
show.
on
I'm
HBO
just
Max.
curious
We're
if it
just
comes out
wondering
We just
before.
weren't sure where
The
it
last thing I
lied
want to
between.
mention here is what Lap said earlier, which was this: doesn't matter what a director, actor, or producer, or writer says. That could be their own personal opinion. Actually watch the product and judge it for yourself. Now, if you still don't like it, that's fine. But to not watch it based off what they said is stupid, because how many best creative people we know in our entire life are complete wackadoos, but their products are good.
I mean, dude, we're on your show right now.
Oh, so
and the product isn't even good.
God, oh shit. So thank you guys for checking
Doesn't
out
say a
this
lot
video.
about us.
Good Lord. Best video of all time when I was sleeping with my wife. Jokes aside. But no, overall, fun, awesome, great movie. Definitely go watch it for yourself. You'll have a good time with it. So thank you guys for checking out this video. If you guys are returning viewers or new viewers, then please consider subscribing to the channel if you have not already. Leave a like on this video if you enjoyed it. Comment down below. Also, make sure you guys hit the notification bell. That way you guys can get notified on whenever I upload a brand new movie or a brand new video or go live. I'm MSK, aka Master Swag King, and we're going to sign out, guys. See you guys later. Goodbye. Peace. Wow, that MSK guy is pretty hot, rich, and good looking. Would you guys agree?
Said no one ever. No, I don't agree.
No.
I know a guy named Jim that agrees.
You mean Felipe?
No.
No.
You know who I'm
Gaim.
talking about. Gaim. The Gaim.
Guy.
What the fuck?
That's still one of my favorite scenes with Homer Simpson. When he looks up at the Gaim. You never know what you're getting. Like, this is the thing most of MSK's interactions go.
I don't think there's an animated version of Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow. I don't think there is. There's no way.
Well, there
Is
it
there?
kind of is. It's with her in the what do you call it? The Legion of Superheroes.
Oh, you're talking about that's in the Tomorrowverse. Yeah, you're talking about that one. So yeah, Supergirl is the next movie. Like I said earlier with Clayface, it's just,
I love Clayface, man. Clayface has
Yeah.
one of my favorite comics ever.
it's just weird getting a Clayface movie before a Batman or Wonder Woman movie. It's just weird. You know, that's what I'm saying. It's just
Listen, I'm all for if you wanna take your time with Batman and Wonder Woman, that's great. I just hope that they don't make a bunch of things in between that
all like
we
having
never
shit
get to
filler in
see.
yeah, I know what
those.
you're saying.
Because it feels like with this franchise, like if everything doesn't go well, you know what I mean? Like it just something might fizzle out, and then it's like, oh well, we never got to this point.
I think they're also trying to be careful.
MSK, was
with,
that intentional?
What?
Your weird Rachel Ziegler. It's weird answer to that.
It's weird. Weird.
No, it's weird. That,
Weird.
Weird.
no, I'm saying it's gonna be a little. This is what I.
There it is.
I
There
don't
it
know.
is.
It's
There it is.
odd. It's just odd to put out a Clayface movie before a Batman movie. If you're gonna
I
build
think
a
part of it
universe,
is because
you
they
know?
have also they're still working on the Batman part too. So I think that's part of the issue here also is that maybe they're trying not to have them overlap.
Could
Yeah,
be.
he addressed he
So-
didn't want
so
to
they're
rush
taking-
it.
So they're taking more time with the Batman because they're like,
Yeah,
okay, well,
and-
Matt Reeves is doing his own thing. Maybe that's part of it.
Well-
I mean, I'm just speculating.
If they're doing
And supposedly
Clayface-
Reeves has finished his
Yeah.
the Batman 2 script too, so they also don't want to release those at the exact same time.
So
Yeah.
if they're doing Clayface and supposedly the Batman Brave and the Bold is supposed to take after Grant Morrison's run, which doesn't make any sense to me. But if they could do, if they're doing Clayface, they could be doing Batman Incorporated.
Yeah, because
Even though it's called Brave and the Bold, they could be doing Incorporated, not where everybody is. There's Batman people around the Earth, but the side story where Clayface is with Batman.
So
I'm assuming he's not doing any one run, like kind of what you saw what he did with the Superman thing, where he's grabbing from like the 95-year catalog that he can grab from, and
which would make
bits and pieces.
That's why I thought the Brave and the Bold, whenever the name Brave and the Bold, so where that comes from is the 70s, right? So the Brave and the Bold, it was each month Batman would team up with a new like Green Lantern or Green Arrow, then Superman, then this, and they would do a story, right? And that was in the main Batman line. And then DC, their Detective Comics would do like a darker, single off Batman story. So if they're putting these other characters in place, it could make sense for it being titled Brave and the Bold, which I would be fine with. I would be completely fine with, because there's a lot of the 70s, like the Starlin stuff, that's fucking awesome, in my opinion.
Oh, because you know how because James gonna mention it's based off of Grant Morrison's run. Similar with this movie, because I'm thinking they're gonna have very similar ways they're gonna introduce Batman's universe. Is in from what I just know a little bit. Grant Morrison one, if I'm not mistaken, introduces Damian Wayne, and you have other Batman.
Damian Wayne.
I think they're going to be very similar. Like you're just going to use that run to get thrusted into the universe, like this movie. That's
the
what
big things from Morrison's run is Batman R.I.P. And then there's the Batman where it's after Final Crisis and he's back in the Stone Age and the whole.
Walter says, "What is a bomb though for Clayface? I don't know the budget of Clayface. Unless I know a budget, I really can't say.
I don't think it'll bomb.
I think it's going to be small. It's a horror one. Like I don't think it's going to bomb.
I don't think it would bomb.
One.
Yeah, a horror.
No,
I don't think it would bomb. I don't think so. It was just, for me, I was just wondering, the reason why that all came about is I was saying that the Trinity needs to be the main focus, which is fine if they're taking their time with it. I'm perfectly
that's what he
fine
said. He's right.
I'm perfectly fine with that. I'm perfectly fine
but
with
when
that.
has that always kind of like, oh, I'm taking my time means that I'm going to get a great movie? Sometimes that means it's going to not be that
well,
good.
Here's the thing though. If you already have this movie Superman out and you see what is liked and what is not liked, you have time to make adjustments to what the next big movie is compared to the next things that come out.
Like how big?
MSK, I'm not talking about dicks, dude.
No, I wasn't either.
Yeah, you were.
You don't like my jokes. It's okay.
They're all the same. It's all about dicks.
Just like a Superbad, all I can see is dicks like Jonah Hill. Fucking hell. No, I'm joking. I'm all joking. No, but the next
they should do a Western with Jonah Hex. That would be awesome.
The next one's supposed to be The Authority, but they said that's been on that got a little bit not like canceled, but on the back burner. Pushed it back, yeah.
But you got to meet one of the characters. So that's fun.
Brave and the Bold, which is Grant Morrison's when they're basing that off. Swamp Thing. I know they haven't mentioned a lot about that, but that was something they wanted to explore. And then Teen Titans, they said it's in development. I don't know what that. I don't mean what run. They're probably going to do the Judas Contract. It's the one that everyone kind of knows when it's like Slade and Brother Blood and Terra.
I hope they don't. Do the Judas Contract. It's a great comic book.
Great story. Yep.
But
on screen, I think there would be a lot. If people know the relationship between Deathstroke and Terra, there's gonna be a lot of people going like, "Oh, they're just trying to promote." Good lord. I hope they don't. But there's a Bane and Deathstroke film. Remember, they announced a Bane and Deathstroke movie.
Yeah, but a lot of stuff they're probably not gonna do.
Sergeant Rock
having
Sergeant Rock.
Well, it depends. Like, see, you say like Sergeant Rock, but if it's a war movie, that you would need that character there. It doesn't necessarily. It could be called Sergeant Rock, but it could be more like a war film. But it depends on where they're going. Like, we'll see. With one movie out, it's kind of hard to judge where the whole franchise is going. We'll see after Face. We'll see. I'm excited for it. I'm all for it. I'm all about. I'm a DC guy. I've always been a DC guy. So.
Oh, good night, Miss Sparkles. See you later. Don't come back. I hate you. Just kidding. JK,
well, yeah, I mean, she's a woman. Of course, you're not into it. But
women.
Yeah, I hear what you're saying. There's also some other ones. Supposedly, there's talks of still going through with the Waller show, which I don't know. I know that was supposed to be in development quite a while ago, and then it kind of got shelved. Supposedly, they're still in talks of doing that, and I think there's like a Starfire one individual as well. There's a bunch of interesting stuff that they're saying, but I don't know if they're gonna end up doing it. I like the approach that they have to have a script first, and then they'll proceed with it. Yeah, they're dragging their feet on Batman, but I hope it gives us a really good Batman. Because
what Bob was saying earlier. So Lanterns, as an early date for it, as I'm reading it right here, Lanterns is supposed to be out early 2026. Supergirl comes out June 26th.
So Lanterns will probably be the next.
Lanterns has to be before.
Will be before.
Early.
Nice.
Yeah. Which is fine.
I'm cool with that.
Also, Jason Momoa will debut as Lobo in Woman of Tomorrow.
Which would be fantastic.
Everyone's been asking for that for 1,000 years. Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, that'll be good.
So hey,
finally the Momoa.
I can't wait to have her have a boyfriend.
Burst.
I need to see Supergirl getting railed or something in her movie. Come on, she did fucking House of Dragon. She had sex scenes, right?
She's a child in that one. No,
yeah, with her uncle, right?
Game of Thrones is disgusting. I imagine the first episode of brother and sister are banging. I could imagine uncle and fucking niece.
So let me ask you a question. Seriously, why do you want there to be a scene where you see Supergirl getting fucked in a family movie?
Just pointing out, what other value is Supergirl going to bring to me when I'm watching that outside of her seeing her naked?
All right, guys. I think that's it. I'm done. I gotta go to bed.
Family, these are PG-13.
Yeah.
I mean,
very understandable.
Yeah, there's parents out there that have 13-year-olds.
Well, you know what?
Like it's a thing. MSK. You know all that sex you talk about having.
Yeah.
Well, the repercussions of most sex is children.
Well, fuck them kids.
Just because your sperm is dead and doesn't work.
Why?
Doesn't mean other people's doesn't.
He just killed me inside. He's like, he just made me that Grand Theft Auto San Andreas meme.
I just want to know why you always want like the girls to get railed out in regular movies.
Why not?
And not just porn. Because it's not porn, dude.
Allegedly.
Well, not allegedly.
No,
it's
not allegedly at all.
Voice.
Oh God, no!
It's just like it could be anything, dude. There's a new Rainbow Bright coming out. Oh, dude, there better be a scene where she's fucking sucking 12 dicks.
I don't need her sucking 12 dicks. I need her sucking one dick. That's the difference between us. I have standards.
Dude, I'm done. I'm done for the night. There's only so much MSK I can take.
You said I wasn't people.
You too, huh?
Before my brain starts to melt.
Yeah, you should probably get to bed. It's like 1 o'clock for you probably right now.
It's 12:30.
Good Lord, you have to
Don't
get
be
up
a
early.
hero. You don't have to put up with MSK. Only
I know. I don't.
take as much as you can handle.
I have to put up with them tomorrow too.
Yeah, and we're gonna have a great time hugging each other, hugging our feelings.
Well, you never know. He might have a night dentist appointment that he has to go to.
Well, no. See, what's going to happen is we're supposed to review Absolute Flash #1, right? We're supposed to. And I've already read it. So what's going to happen is he's going to message me tomorrow and be like, I didn't read it, even though we've planned this for like 3 weeks. So no,
gonna happen.
Just like last week, we couldn't review a comic book. You ready for this? I know he had real life stuff going on, but a 24-page comic he could not read in the hour that he was home before the show started.
True.
24 pages in 1 hour for MSK. Wow, that would be a record.
There was a girl came over and she just started blowing me. What can I do?
Read the
comic.
While
What you doing it? I mean, come on. Multitask, MSK.
Dude,
read
the book while the dude is blowing you.
That's gay.
Well, it's yeah, just like you said, reading comics is gay. So do 2 gay things together, and you'll
that makes purple, right?
No, it makes a show for us to do.
That's not how colors are made, MSK.
Oh shit! Dude, I'm not gonna lie. She might do that. You guys said she was drunk in this movie. She might literally in her movie because it's written by Tom King. He's weird and shit. I just sucked 12 dicks when I was on this red sun planet. She's gonna say that.
Look, I know they had more cursing than what you expect laps, but I'm pretty sure they're not gonna MSK. They're not gonna have her sucking dicks on this thing.
No, so they won't show it. So I had like a threesome last night because I just really miss Krypton so much. So I just was a slut after it blew up.
So you don't understand. She's gone through the tragedy 3 different times. She has experienced her people.
Oh yeah, we know what women
completely
do when
being
they
wiped out.
Dude, do you ever notice his camera goes out of focus when he starts getting all like riled up there? Even his camera doesn't want him talking.
I'm just saying. I'm just
a woman who experiences her people being wiped out multiple times. What she is going to need,
like it didn't explode.
No, because like we know what when she'll say that in her movie, when she says that in her movie is going to be like, yeah, I'm really traumatized from Krypton getting blown up.
But it turns out what she needs to get over the tragedy is just
drink
a man.
to death. Fucking hell. Good Lord. Well, they can't drink to death. They can't die.
I'm just saying it kind of works. You can forget your problems
it's like
momentarily.
When a girl, Gray. It's like when a girl says, "I need to go work on myself and get my cheeks clapped." That's what I know she's gonna say some bullshit like that. Who knows? I could be wrong.
So, have you ever heard a girl say, "I'm going to go get my cheeks clapped"? Have you actually heard that?
I mean,
all of my people were killed.
No. That's a straight yes or no question, MSK. Have you ever heard that from a human being? That wasn't
from a human, yes. From a girl,
that wasn't
no.
a voice in your head.
OnlyFans girls don't count, right?
No, they don't.
Oh, fuck. Then technically no, if OnlyFans girls don't count.
So,
and that stripper you met in Vegas doesn't count either.
No, she would have said that.
The stretch of logic would go from, no, you haven't heard that ever, to it's going to be put into a major motion picture.
So, they might have fooled us with this one without having any politics or wokeness in there. Let's just say that, just for the people who understand what we're saying. But who knows? I don't know if the other ones will be that. I hope they're not like that. I hope we honestly only have conversations like this movie was, just talking about the movie and the contents inside of it. That's all I give a fuck about. I hope every movie like that in this universe is like that. But I don't trust this alien lady. She gives me the bad vibes. She gives me the ick.
I just don't see your comparison in logic.
It's jokes. It's entertainment. You gaslighting fuck.
How's that gaslighting? You're the one that was saying it. I'm asking a question about it.
If it's jokes, shouldn't one of us be laughing?
You guys don't get my quality level humor, so it's okay.
Dude, I don't think anybody
do not
gets
get the
your
level of quality.
Humor.
Nah, she was not on fucking planet Earth because she was choking on 12 dicks in the fucking.
See, there it is. There it is, dude. You went.
What else was she doing?
You went a whole 14 seconds before you mentioned dicks again.
Until I.
And you know how I know? Because my phone. That's how I know. It took you 14 seconds.
Until I see her in her movie, she's getting banged out. Until I see it.
So that's just what you assume every woman is doing. If you can't see them in this room, they're in another room. Just one.
She's a party girl on another planet. That's what they said. What do you think party girls do? They told me
I think it's misleading.
They told you this.
You're supposed to see her as the happy-go-lucky person who got drunk and has a fun puppy.
No.
But, you're gonna see a little bit more as to the reason why she drinks in the the next.
So what are the reasons why she drinks, MSK?
Well, in this movie, they said that fucking hell, she goes on that planet because getting drunk on that planet, it doesn't happen for them.
No,
right?
Getting drunk on Earth doesn't happen.
Whichever version, I forgot. It's vice versa or whatever. Yeah, I think that's.
She goes to red sun planets to get hammered. But why is she doing that?
I thought it said she was a party girl, wasn't it?
Yeah, and so if she's a party girl, in your brain, what does that equal?
Twerking on tables.
You went 45 seconds.
What did I
45 seconds.
Oh,
45 seconds from the last time that you had to have some
new record, MSK.
Sexual innuendo.
No, because I had something here that I looked up for the movie. Now, I could be wrong. It could be changed. You know, we said it could be changed and it could not be in there as well. They said Supergirl in her movie is going to be a complete mess.
Right.
Well, not
so what does that
Yeah, what does
entail
complete
to
mess
you?
mean?
You guys know what that means. Stop it.
No, what does it mean?
I want to know what it means to you.
To you. what
MSK,
does that
translate
mean?
for us.
Complete.
What is a
mess.
complete mess?
Hold on, I'm bringing it up right now. People don't think I'm lying.
No, we
No,
know you're
we-
telling the truth. We're asking you what you think that means.
She is, and we know what that means to us and to the actual writers of it. But what does it mean to MSK?
Who knows?
A girl's a complete mess. What is she?
You know, choking on 12 dicks, probably. Who knows?
44. You are at a 45-second pace here. I have lapped
I
you.
talked
See all them?
a good
Yeah.
15
And he
seconds of
talked.
that.
He talked.
MSK,
You're-
you don't have to say I may be wrong. It's implied at all.
That is true.
It's like you said, service level politics. It's heavily implied that she's a man. I mean, no, here I'll show it right now. Just to save my ass. That's what I have my ass saved. James Gunn says Millie Big Cock Supergirl will be a
Wait,
total.
hold on. Time out.
How long was that?
That was
That was her
30.
name.
That was 30
that shouldn't
seconds.
count. That's her
What's
name.
that big cock?
Her name isn't Big Cock.
Okay, come on, that doesn't count. That's in her name.
No, her name is Millie Alcock.
Oh God, fuck. Okay, he says, and I quote: she's had a completely different background from Superman. Obviously, anyone would know that. A much more difficult background.
You were about to say a
Okay,
much more
okay, look.
dicked background. You were
Right there.
literally- you wanted to say it. A
See, right
background
there.
filled with dicks.
See right there, it says she has a more difficult background.
Yeah,
It's not that she's got a dicked background.
She's a total mess. I wonder what that means for a little party girl slut whore. Fucking
Oh,
hell.
there we go. Hold on. Dude, you are on fire.
Hell yeah.
44.29. Dude, every 45 seconds, MSK
Okay, I'm being honest.
is
All
making
jokes
some
aside,
sort of reference about dicks.
all jokes aside, I imagine it's her going to be. Hopefully the movie we see flashbacks of Krypton because as you guys said when we were doing the review, we'd like to see flashbacks of maybe in this movie we'll see if someone sent a different version of the dialogue. Who knows?
Okay.
who knows?
So
That
wait a
might be a
minute.
retcon,
MSK,
right?
wait
Yeah.
a minute. Actually, I might have something for you. If we go by what Jor-El and I can never remember the wife's
Her
name.
name. Oh, my
Laura,
goodness.
wasn't it?
Laura. Fucking hell,
Laura
dude.
said,
Martha.
what if they knew that they were sending Kara back as well and they prepped her about the harem? There's your dicks. There it is.
Oh,
She's
yeah,
going
you're right.
back to bang out all the Earth
And
people.
you said why would
There
they
you
put
go.
You said why
There
would
it
they put in a
is.
family movie? It was implied his dad sent him here to bang a bunch of chicks and have a lot of babies. But it said harem, so the kids won't know. Kids will literally not know what that means until they get fucking way older. But we knew what that meant. I knew what that meant. You know?
It's there for him. It's all there. MSK, you're a genius.
I'm a genius. I predicted the future, but no,
you are a Riz master and
Thank
a
you.
swag king.
Oh, so like, who knows? I hope this is the thing in her movie. I'm being serious.
Or a
here.
Riz king and a swag master.
I hope in her movie we do get to see what this universe's Krypton actually is, because I just can't trust Lex Luthor. I'm sorry, it's just not something I'm willing to do.
Look, if we'll find out if they retcon it or not.
You're
if
right, they could
at the
easily
first,
retcon
no,
it with
hold
that
on.
movie. Yeah.
If at the first moment we see Jor-El in this movie and he's got like a
and
harem of
bondage
women,
whips.
and his wife is sitting there watching him,
Whoa.
then we know that this is
This is an
this is not getting
MSK.
retconned.
It's like the Spike Lee joint. It's an MSK joint.
If it's a Diddy
Just a-
party up in there, we know
Oh,
we got a
no,
problem.
no. Hey, if she's getting banged out by 12 dudes when it starts, yeah, I'm just working on myself. Like, come on.
Why did
bro.
that seem so natural to you, MSK?
Did you see
How
how
did you
he
know
even had
just
the
how to
sound
pose?
effects,
I'm a
too?
total mess.
Yeah.
I can't. I'm
So-
super powered. I have heat vision, but I can't function. I can't find guys.
So in
We
3
all
minutes
agree-
and 16 seconds, you made 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 references to dicks.
Counting yours too.
No, I
Well,
stopped after that.
I-
Like I stopped after. I mean, I could add that. Okay, my 1 to the 11 more that you just
See,
did.
Sparkles agrees with me. He's probably a fucking drunken whore bag. And no, because the reason why and keep on, hold on. The reason why I'm saying that is because Hollywood has done that with women are like fucking drunk whore bags to these people. They don't have conscious thoughts. All they do is just drink and suck cock. She's gonna walk in this movie
Gosh,
Supergirl with
MSK.
hot breath.
What have
Imagine
you
when
done
she
for
talks to
society
Superman.
or women to make
Yeah.
them more than just that?
True. Now, when the movie's over, she's gonna be like,
Jesus,
Clark,
man.
after she just got done sucking some hot cock, she's gonna be up to Clark. Hey, cousin, I just choked on 37 dicks.
Wait, you thought it was
I
hot?
love how the number keeps increasing, every time you say it.
There's an alien. They have body counts. They should ask her. In the
But
movie.
oddly, it's going up by the dozen.
Wait a minute. Lobo should ask her, what's her body count? Hey, body count. Bro, this might be the best movie they've ever released if they do these ideas. I'll literally give that shit a 10 out of 10. Lobo needs to ask her.
But
body
you would.
count.
I thought you don't give ratings to movies.
If this happened, I'm breaking my one rule.
You'll
It'll
make
make
an
me
exception
break it.
for that.
I'll
Wait,
break
so-
my one rule.
Dude, you better break your one rule and then actually go have sex with a woman.
Oh, that's disgusting and gay.
Oh.
Do that.
He will never break that rule.
And not the
I know
stripper.
that's a hard and fast rule.
Dude, guarantee you. It's written by Tom King. He's
Wait,
gonna
what?
he's gonna be the executive producer. He's body count. Oh, I can't. If they do that to me, the fucking funniest shit. Hey, I know you were on Earth,
Yeah.
Kara. What's your body count with them humans? With the harems.
Wait,
Wow.
did he? Oh, wait, hold on. Let's do a sentence deconstruction.
And Lobo.
Hey,
would say-
Kara, what's your body count with them harems?
Now, was he
Hey.
trying to ask just in the harems, or
Lobo would say
I
that.
don't know what he
Motherfucker
was
is
asking.
crazy. Lobo would say anything. Motherfucker's insane.
I don't think Lobo would say
How
that.
many Lobo runs have you read?
I've seen Lobo and
No, how many
fucking-
Lobo runs have you read?
comic book wise, I know very little.
Read?
I only just like little
Okay.
bits about him, very little bit. But that man tried. He implied he wanted to bang Lois Lane in that Tomorrowverse Superman
Who
movie, Man of
hasn't?
Tomorrow.
That's
I know. You were just saying earlier you wanted to bang Rachel Brosnahan.
Yeah.
You guys do too. You guys are married. Don't lie to me.
The marvelous Miss Maisel?
Just saying, your wife would understand. Like, hey, if he thinks she's hot, she'd be fine with it. It's like, come on, look at her.
I'm still
Oh.
not married yet, so
Technically, allegedly, I'm not married, so I could bang her and just leave her the next day because I would do that because I'm just like my dad. I leave when things get tough.
you might
So,
you might want to get a new hairstyle though.
I could
you-
spit. I could.
if you're gonna
pick
pull
up-
that tang.
My game against her would be like, "Hey, yo, girl, I know Superman is big enough, but you can give me a try? See, would that work?
Yeah, dude, she'd be
With that
like,
hairstyle, you
I'm
look
tearing.
more like
I'm
Lobo."
already in the process of tearing my clothes off because I'm part of the harem.
You said that.
I'm part of the MSK. Jokes, don't you get them?
Good lord.
Waka waka waka. I'll
You're
be.
ugly. You're disgusting. I'm going to kill you. Give me $200.
Ugh.
Is
Sounds
that your
reasonable.
pickup line? Is that your pickup line?
That's Lobo would say that.
You're-
Come on, don't even
you're
lie to me. He'd say
ugly?
that shit.
You're disgusting. Give me $200.
Besides, who's gonna give you a reach around?
Supergirl, one Woman of Tomorrow, just now is my most highly anticipated movie of next year. I'll be there opening day.
Well,
Well,
I
I
have
mean,
a feeling you're going to be disappointed.
You've
dude.
already alienated like all the women that you know. So
that,
maybe
that was already a
both
very
of them?
small number, to be honest.
all
Okay.
one of them, and Jim now probably doesn't even want to be around you.
Jim.
So next time you text him,
No. Like that girl that I was telling you guys about.
Mhm.
She'll like my posts and shit. It's so weird.
oh dude, man, liking
That is
people's
weird. Why
posts,
would anyone do that?
That implies
No,
sex.
you guys don't get it. She
I know,
literally-
liked
okay, so-
posts involve
No,
penises
I'm saying this right now. I'll
and
be serious.
vaginas.
So like, I posted some pictures with girls that I took, that I met,
Oh, God.
and then she literally said
Okay.
this word for word. Okay. she said
So
this
how
word-
did you make
So
the
you paid
cardboard
women?
cutout look 3D?
Oh my god. Okay. Jokes aside, after I posted those pictures,
Right.
she was like, "Oh man, she thought that this lady was my girlfriend." I told her it wasn't, but she said, "Oh, I'm a little jealous here." She's like, "She's younger." I'm like, "Why should you be jealous at all? We're not dating."
Yeah,
Weird.
we're just
I did.
Gaima partners.
I wish. Fucking hell. Oh my
What?
god.
All right, guys. Well, it's about time to hit the old
Old
dusty trail.
So you're gonna go to bed and bang your wife and then go back to work.
I mean, not in that order.
In
But
Minecraft.
but
What does that
I don't-
mean, MSK?
I've I don't
Your
know
son
if
play
I've ever. My youngest one, he plays mine. He plays builder mode. He doesn't play the survival. He likes like we will build little things in Minecraft together. We build little worlds. I look at it as like virtual Legos.
Nice.
So I try to like get his he likes playing with his toys, and he makes up like storylines for his toys.
That's cool. Yeah.
What is
We
MSK?
we have giant worlds with. I bought him these.
What is my
I don't know
dildo
if I
name?
showed you.
Bob.
I'll have to bring him on next time. I bought him these really cool Batman toys. There's this one. It's a giant robot. It's like 4 feet tall, and it's like you can open them up, and it's got like a bat cave and all this other stuff in there. But each of the Batmen on their feet, it's got little dots on their feet, and it's little keys to open up other places on the robot. So we do stuff with that. We bought a couple of those, and he likes. That's the only thing he likes about superheroes is like the figurines and playing with them.
His generation, they don't vibe with superheroes. Their thing is anime and Fortnite.
Well, he doesn't care about Fortnite. He does not care about anime. He does like Teen Titans Go. He does like that.
God,
which is annoying.
That's something.
Which is annoying. My nephew, my youngest nephew, he's more
Is it safe to say MSK is wrong? I just tuned in, by the way. No idea what his opinion is.
Yeah,
you have no idea how wrong he is in this case.
It's
but
woke
yes, you were
slop.
safe with your
It's
bet.
woke slop and girl boss. And do I use all the buzzwords right? Woke garbage, feminist propaganda.
Oh wait, you forgot intersectional feminism.
Yep, got it. Yep.
Oh, that's the one that I hate the most, man.
Yeah, I love
every
the part
time
where
that dude says it, my brain just farts, and
I
I'm
love
just
the
looking
part
at him, and I'm like, dude, you should be glad that any woman touches you.
Oh yeah, the movie had bigotry. Just because it had bigotry, it was just there because I projected it there. It wasn't there. Source trust me, bro. Which is everything I say. Source trust me, bro.
So it's safe to say that actually, in this case, he's probably not wrong when it comes to Superman, but he is completely wrong when it comes to Supergirl.
I guarantee you, there's gonna be some. Tom King is weird. He literally will put weird shit in that movie. He's gonna be the executive producer. I don't trust that guy. He's weird, dude. But hey,
is he as weird as you?
I don't know about that.
Yeah, okay then.
He was a CIA agent. He's seen some fucking fucked up shit. So
yeah, he's seen dicks in places we haven't seen him.
Hey, he's a CIA agent. That's why DC probably keeps hiring him. He's got some dirt on some people.
Right.
But
he's got dicks on people.
He's got now you're getting it. He's got dick. That's pretty gay. That's also gay.
He's got dicks all over his room. And
hey, Supergirl is gonna be at a Diddy party, twerking her ass off.
Diddy party, Supergirl dickdom.
Like, hey, if I can get a scene where seeing her camel toe, fuck now. There's jokes, guys. Jokes. It's not real. So wait, you're going to
that's the wrong Supergirl movie you're looking forward to.
One on porn.
Should have known last. There's no way to go toe to toe with the master. You cannot out weird this guy.
I know.
Yeah. You guys are obviously not on my level, but that comes with the territory of being on, next to me. It's like I'm like Hashirama. You're like the.
Yeah. What is the camel toe?
So think about it this way. I'm a Hashirama. I'm a god of shinobi. You guys are like Tsunade. You're like kind of there. You were there. You helped, but you weren't the main hero. I have main hero syndrome. Oh, God. So.
Right.
Oh, are you going to bed? I don't know if these guys are still staying. I'm going to keep you up longer then.
I mean, what else are you going to talk about?
Hopefully not dicks.
What else are you going to talk about? Depends on what you're going to talk about if I'm going to stay.
We're going to just be bullshitting. And you know this, man.
Well, I mean, No,
I'm being serious. I don't want to just keep you up if you have to go to bed and go to sleep.
MSK, let me tell you something. There's nothing that you could do that would make me stay here unless I wanted to. I'm pretty sure I could just turn off the computer.
No, oh my God. I tried. He's like, MSK's never nice. I'm doing literally a nice gesture and he's making fun of me for it.
Dude, I get up whenever I want to now. It doesn't matter.
I'm just saying, if you have to
just replying. Well, how?
Oh my God. Of course you're replying.
How else am I supposed to say anything to your just say? Am I not supposed So these like videos of your family that you keep playing, why do you keep doing that?
What? Okay.
That's just a stupid boulder.
It's not just a boulder. It's a rock.
Well.
But yeah, Supergirl will be a total drunken whore in her movie. Calling it right now. Mark me down on it. $10 bet. Who wants to take that bet? She's gonna be a drunken whore. Who knows? Who knows? I could be wrong, but I'm never wrong. See,
You are always wrong. You're a moron. That's
the price of being right is eternal, and I hold that privilege to myself, and I love that.
Eternally, you will never be right, and we will all pay the price for listening to you. Agreed.
No, but I don't know what to do. Like, I'm just gonna ignore this. I'm just gonna ignore this chick. I'm good. You know.
Well, I mean, it would probably benefit you to get laid.
Yeah, but that's disgustingly gay. Women are disgusting, and so are men. I'm just gonna watch Shark Week.
Well, you can watch Shark Week, but I agree with Laps. It's probably a good idea to get laid.
Watching Shark Week would imply that you have a TV and cable.
We see a mount, but is there a TV? I mean, there's a box back there, but it'd be foolish to have the box right next to the mount, but never actually put it together.
The price of being right is what? Being wrong? No. The price of being right is eternal.
But eternal,
Wait, you're responsible for the Eternals?
Definitely not. Black Zack Snyder is the
Hey,
blueprint.
no, because that had a sex scene in it. That has your fingerprints all over it.
That's a good point.
That had the worst sex scene of all. He humped.
Exactly. It has. You don't know.
He
how
had
to
one
do things.
stroke. He had one stroke.
But don't you always talk about banging them fast?
They weren't even like
being
naked.
done?
Let's be honest here. And Jimmy Chan is like, that's like having sex with a pillow. You might as well just beat off and have sex with her.
Once again, talking about things that you don't have.
Okay. Oh my god. God. Jimmy Chan literally looked like she was just receiving and had no duty. Whatever, it's fine. I'm not gonna break down that sex scene. It was terrible. I almost threw up watching that disgusting gay shit. Ugh. But
sex between a man and a woman is the opposite of gay.
True. It's heterosexual.
Right.
Very.
Hey, the price of being right is eternal. I'm good. I should put that on a shirt. Right there.
With your face on it.
Man, that would be
that'd be one of those shirts that sells like at do they even have them around those old Spencer gift shops?
They do.
So that'd be like one of those shirts you see there.
That's a for sure awesome way of turning women away with the picture of me on a shirt, saying that and having this pose.
So what is it? So if the shirt turns women off, how does it work in real life?
Oh shit, that's a 0 probability chance.
Even with the strippers?
No, because she was like, "I'll follow you on Instagram. I'll talk to y'all." I told her to her face, "You're not gonna do that." She was like, "I am." Stupid bitch.
Wait, I wham? She was George Michaeling on you?
Something like that. She lied about her name too. I was like,
really?
She lied about her name. You mean her name wasn't Precious Pussy? That wasn't her real name?
It wasn't Candy?
No. Her name was Local Succubus or something like that.
Local Succubus.
That's him on Instagram. She told me a different name.
It's like that remember the leprechaun on the news with the amateur sketch?
No, I swear.
Local Succubus.
That's him on Instagram. Her actual name, I don't know if that's her actual name, so I'm not gonna say it, but it could be a lie too. Who knows, right? Sure, before we go, I know a lot of people don't know that this exists because usually when it comes to like book tie-ins to movies, it could be kind of, you just don't know if they exist. There is not a prequel comic book, but I know there is a prequel novel to James Gunn's Superman movie. It's not an origin story, is what I've heard, but it explains a bit more, fills in the gaps that maybe people had issues with.
I forgot. I wanted to tell you something. I totally remember that. I saw comic books in 3 gas stations in my neighborhood.
I heard it in your side of the world. They're doing that.
At Sheets, they had them. They had current stuff. They had like the newest issue of Justice League Unlimited.
That's awesome.
They had some Batman. They had a bunch of Superman because it was a Superman stand. They also had them at Dollar Tree, and they were 50 cents.
Yeah, we talked about that. You were there with the video. Yeah.
They had and I did take video of them because I was so like
send it to me. That's cool. Our adults didn't have them.
They had what else did they have? Not the dollar store. What's the other one?
Dollar General.
No, not it might have
Family
been
Dollar
General. Family Dollar. That's what Family Dollar. They had old stuff, like they had like some new 52 stuff, and they had like trades too. Not just single issues. They had like a Green Lantern trade.
And that's all we've asked for. That's all I want. If you put that stuff in those convenience stores,
MSK, you've asked for so much more, and it's really disturbing.
Okay, to be fair, this is the bare minimum I've asked for. If you can put that stuff in front of people, you will make people potentially, because it's in front of them and it's visible, lifelong comic book fans, because they'll go down a rabbit hole. And it's something that I've always wanted for a long time. Now, DC has made prequel comic books to movies. I know they made one for the Matt Reeves Batman movie. I know they made one for Blue Beetle. I don't know if they've made one for Superman, but they should do that more. They should.
Did.
They did? That's good.
Yeah, I looked it up. It's called Superman Welcome to Metropolis.
I don't know if you can see.
It's made to be a junior novel.
Yeah, it's an unofficial. It's an official.
There you go.
Junior novel prequel.
That was at that stand there was at the gas station.
Hold on.
They had Absolute Power.
Oh, that's amazing. Oh,
yeah,
that's fucking great. Our Dolce doesn't have that. Our Dolce doesn't have that, dude. I wish Arts did. That maybe this, because 8 full color insert with character. I might buy this. This is not that bad. I don't know if I can read. It reads at a 1st to 4th grade level.
Oh, you know what else they had there too?
Yeah, you don't buy it.
You can get up to that level, MSK. You can get up there.
Are you guys saying I can't read better than a 4th grader?
Well, I already know you can't talk better than a 4th grader. So
not yet, but you
yet.
could one day. We believe in you, MSK.
I don't.
At least Bob's honest. Hell yeah, I like Bob. He's honest. You guys will lie to me and say, I like you. No, you don't. Fucking bastards. God, I hate you.
Nobody's ever said that.
Oh, God. But, I mean, I think, no, I didn't say this in the movie review because me and Lunchbox Warren me and him to talk about it on our show. This movie's going to be talked about forever, just like Man of Steel. Man of Steel still is getting highly praised and criticized still to this day. This Superman movie is going to be talked about for the end of time, honestly. It's just how Superman is as a character. You ask people who Superman is to them, you're going to get 10 different answers from 10 different people. That's just how it's going to be, you know? So, but, you know, I'm glad people are debating about this movie on the contents in it. That's all I really cared about. But who knows? I'm just good looking, hot, and rich.
Here's the one. Oh, let me put it in here.
One sec. But Gray, how was your show with Charles Will Screedia, my buddy?
Oh, it was really good. It was good times, man. You know, exciting.
Quality.
Yeah, there's definitely a lot less talk about dozens of dicks, which is always nice.
So what you're saying, it was a higher quality of show?
Oh yeah, in every conceivable way. You know, quality, production, content.
Wow.
Host.
What did I do?
Not guess though. You know, Bob and Lapster are pretty awesome. Just saying.
Oh, because I know you guys asked me about the thing that I bought. Sometimes we debated on the chili cheese nachos. They were out of the chili cheese nachos. They didn't have it. They sold out. So I bought popcorn. I tried a popcorn because I might have just got a bad batch the last time. I was not feeling my movie theater popcorn though. I wasn't feeling it. I felt I felt really yucky after I ate it. I was like, man, I feel bloated. Maybe it's just this movie theater popcorn.
Where's your theater located?
I put 2 pictures in there.
Place. Wait, one sec.
That's that was in that
Nice.
was yeah.
That's nice.
And they had the Superman versus the Authority up there at the top, which was kind of cool.
Oh, yeah.
That is awesome. Which gas
nice.
is it? Like a franchise gas station, like a Circle K?
This
or a
was at
7-Eleven?
Sheets. This was the one at Sheets.
Okay, that's an East Coast thing. Okay, you guys have
Yeah.
that. We don't have that here. You guys get all the best stuff. Holy shit. No, but this is great for people. I love it. People say, but the comics might be woke. I do not care. I do not give a fuck. I just want them in front of people. I literally do not care. I just visible.
Yeah, that was just the small one. The one at the one I can't remember if it was Dollar General or Family Dollar or Dollar Tree. One of the two. There was two other places. One of the two had like where the magazine rack was. They had a whole bunch of stuff.
Oh God, but no,
Yeah,
we had
that
a
was cool.
we had a great show tonight. Awesome movie review to kick off this brand new universe. Laughs yelled at me. I love it. Gray said I was the smartest human being on planet Earth.
You're right. Lapsed yelled at you.
But and that's all I want when it comes to this stuff. See how this happened, guys? We talked about a movie, we agreed and disagreed naturally, and we're fine. You know what's crazy? Well, us three, Labs is never usually on Mondays. We're gonna be back here next week, and it's gonna be fine.
What?
I don't know. After all this dick talk, I'm seriously reconsidering this.
Your contract lasts up until 2030. Good Lord.
Remember the
you
night
guys-
dentist, Bob.
Yes, the night dentist will get you out of a lot of things.
I locked you guys down for.
No, my contract's up soon.
We're gonna renegotiate your contract.
We have to.
His people are. Come on.
My people will talk to your cardboard boxes, and we'll hash this out.
Like my people will talk to your people. What people? I'm the people.
You just said people.
Like
you can't get it out of your brain, man.
No, I literally said people.
What do you mean, you people?
No, dude, James Gunn killed. It's weird how he said that when you debate with someone on the internet, you might be talking to some Indian, and Luther blew the brains out of an Indian.
He was an American
So
citizen,
you have
sir.
one less 7-Eleven fucking worker. Oh,
Hey.
thank you. Come again.
He owned a falafel stand.
Yeah, dude.
Okay.
No,
He sold it Clark
he's
falafel.
a 7-Eleven
one time.
worker. All they do is sell you liquor. They're not
No.
people.
Hey, 7-Eleven guys are open 24 hours a day. Do you know how handy that comes in whenever you're young and you live in a city and you
I
don't know
know,
how to budget money?
I find it so poetic that he criticized. Oh, I might be debating with
Slurpees
a 12-year-old Indian, and he
and-
blew
and,
the
like,
brains out of one.
12-hour-old slice of cardboard pizza.
Cardboard pizza.
You
Good
should
Lord.
know that, dude. That's like one of your go-to meals.
Yeah, I had a lot of the pizza in my lifetime, but
Of the pizza.
yes,
Some may say an unfair amount of the pizza, but
The
yes, keep
pizza.
going.
but no. I was checking my messages because there was something that serious before this even happened. I had something technically serious pop up, but I didn't know what the context of it was. But
AIDS?
I wish. Fucking
Turns out you
wish.
tested positive.
No.
Gonorrhea?
It's one of those things
Full
where
blown.
maybe it was a misstep on my job's point of view. It's not. I can get. Luckily, I can get it mended before next week. But it was just weird because I just got to watching the movie, and my boss was like, "You see this happen?" I was like, "I didn't know. I just got out of watching the movie." So hopefully, it can all be fixed because that's stupid. But I hope. I mean, it will be fixed. It's just good Lord. It's just weird when those things happen. But I'm gonna open up Discord right now and see if James wants to talk to me because you guys hate
Well,
me.
that's where I go to sleep when MSK starts talking on Discord to people. That's where my white ass goes to bed.
You are black from the waist down, sir. So, but yeah, I do have to head up here because I have to get these videos edited. I finished the Superman episode of Full Day of Going to Movie Theaters done. I need to finish the Jurassic World Rebirth one. You guys will see a few more videos before this review that we did in this episode. But if you want to watch it unfiltered live, you can watch this. If you want to watch it pre-recorded, it'll be out there for you like in about 2 or 3 days. I don't, because some people go, I don't want to release a review if it's not like in 3 days. I don't care. I'll release a review fucking a week later. I don't care. It doesn't mean anything to me.
That's because you're a rebel.
That's because I'm a honest, rich, charismatic man. Right now on Amazon, I did buy the Superman prequel novel. I just want to see what it is. I'll review it eventually. All right, we'll start with Grey Poupée. Do you have anything planned coming up that you would like to let everyone know about?
Sure. Content in the future. Make it a new show. Other than that, yeah, you can catch me here sometimes, unfortunately. But if you just can't get enough, every Thursday night on That Darn Kidda's channel, it's the Thinkers. It's people from I don't know, 4 or 5 different countries get together every Thursday night and disagree about everything, but can usually leave amicably. I forget what the topic is this time. Last time we did misinformation and the Epstein thing. So that sounds fun to you. Go over to YouTube at Then Turn Kidda. But that's all I got going on. What about you, Bob? What you got going on, sir?
Not really a whole lot. Gonna be making a change on the computer's hard drive and stuff later. So I don't even know if I'm gonna have a video out this week. Probably we're still gonna do Dad Started to Talk, and we'll be talking about Superman over there. But yeah, probably won't have a review out this week because I'll probably be without a computer for a few days.
If you ever need a computer, I could just send you one. Oh wait,
No, please don't. It'll be no.
Hard drives are clean. What are you talking about? Think I'm some weirdo? Oh
Yes.
my god. But Kitty is doing a stream where she wants to put us in detention. I'm like, she can just punish me if she wants to. So, in Minecraft, allegedly. So, Labs Comic Fan, do you have anything coming up that you would like to let the audience know about?
Nope.
All right. So, for me, God, he just hates me. What did I do to this guy? So
nothing. I'm gonna be here with you tomorrow.
That's already too much. You got double dose of MSK this week.
It's something.
All right. As you guys know, for me, I don't know. Later on tonight, you may or may not see a game stream. Who knows what I'm feeling like. Tomorrow, 4 p.m., 4:30 p.m. PST. So me and Labs Comic Fan do. Then we're gonna do an episode of the Cloud9 podcast. Then Wednesday will be the panel show. Thursday, I don't have anything planned so far. I think, Thursday we'll do an episode of Cloud9 podcast because EWC starts this week too, which is a Saudi Arabia-led esports tournament, sports watching bullshit we'll talk about. So it's fun, disgusting stuff over there. Friday, being Lunchbox Warren, and Saturday, I think I have someone set for a one-on-one Saturday. I think I do. But if I don't, then I'll just game stream. But yeah, no, I was finally happy to get Superman out. But next Monday, you know what we're going to do? We're going to talk about the Fantastic Four. The Fantastic Four open spoiler discussion next Monday. Pedro Pascal. There's Reed Richards.
You know it's not released this weekend, though, right?
Right? No?
It releases next weekend.
Oh, thank God we get a break.
This weekend is Smurfs and the Ari Aster one.
So,
Mr. Eddington.
Isn't the new I Know What You Did Last Summer coming out this week too?
Oh yeah, that one is the other one. Yeah, you're right.
Sequel to the original bullshit they always do. It's a sequel to the original. None of those count. We've seen that trope before. No, but I'm glad you guys told me. So after next Monday, we'll do the Fantastic Four open spoiler discussion, and that would be the 3 movies, the big blockbusters for the summer. But if people understand, we knew Jurassic World was gonna win. I mean, it's fucking dinosaurs. I mean, can't beat that. It's just. But, hopefully Superman makes a lot of money, and I will be heading out of here to go and bang my not wife. I'll just bang my floor and beat off on my couch. So, thank you guys for checking out this episode of the MSK Show, and we'll see you guys later. Have a great day, everybody. Goodbye.